you considered putting in a help?
What'd you say?
Help ticket.
Oh, a help? Man, I don't need no motherfucking help.
Fuck that help.
But Blake,
Yeah.
you were asking me my opinion on The Last of Us.
Yeah, so what?
I do love the show.
Mhm.
We did a rewatch of season 1, and I was depressed as fuck.
Mhm.
And season 2 is not quite at that level, but I do like it. I do like the show a lot, and every time we watch it, I'm like, I need to play the game. Oh, puppy wants in. Hang on.
Oh, I got it right. It worked.
Hell
Jay,
yeah.
what worked?
You don't need a help ticket. I've been trying to tell you that.
Skeet.
Oh,
What worked?
I used the goon sphere.
We
Oh,
can't match
anyway.
your power.
Yeah. What worked was getting the correct title finally over to whenever we go live on YouTube. Looks like it worked on Twitch
okay.
as well. Oh, yeah. He did it. He finally ascended. Oh, those fuckers were great, man.
You guys always rag on me for the weird shit that I send you, and then
I still will.
You know.
That was completely unhinged.
I saw Unhinged and
It
I'm
ends up
like,
being
should
your
I even
favorite
watch that?
Yeah, you need to. But you got to watch the whole thing. You can't watch only part of that.
Oh. I was like, I don't know
Oh,
if
the
I'm gonna
journey
catch
of
the
bag
brain rot or
segues continues. Here's the Dark Pack Agreement. Zoom in
Oh,
and read it.
you're trying to desync time it with your bad segue song.
Yeah.
I love it. Hey, I got a bad segue for you. I've been sitting here with this unopened can of not Bud Light for a long time so that I could say, I want to suck your blood light.
And what is that? It's a not
Blood
Bud Light.
Light. That's nice.
Here's a LaCroix.
A Delacroix.
LaCroix.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I used to, when I was a kid, I used to think Grand Prix was pronounced Grand Prix.
Grand
Wait.
Prix.
Wait.
Hey,
it's not?
why not? Why not? Listen, that just shows that you learned it by reading.
Yeah, man. You were the Chameleon of your time.
Are
Hey,
we?
yeah, that's-
Is that what we're doing
hey.
for band? So, what's the thing everybody read wrong and pronounced wrong for until they were in their mid 30s when they
I
figured
still
out that
pronounce
epitome was
everything
pronounced
wrong according to my wife.
Oh, I was
good.
actually just.
How
I was
do you
actually
say
just
it? How do you
thinking
say it?
about this.
Everything?
So I still probably do this. I say frontier, not frontier. Or I said it the wrong way.
I say frontier. Because it's like
If
front.
you
with
say,
ear
well,
at the
yeah,
end.
Frontier
I say whatever's
is
wrong.
Pretty unhinged. Do you? That's all
Wait,
right.
frontier is good?
No, Frontier
No,
is
frontier, like front
Yeah,
porch. Frontier.
Yeah.
yes.
I think I said frontier.
You said frontier?
I think
That's
so.
Hello, frontier.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Heritage,
whatever I did,
frontier.
I still get it wrong.
That's fucking real
I still fuck up.
Mine was
Wait, and-
irreparable.
But that very nice.
And it was a student who corrected me in my
and also
design class.
incomparable as well.
Yeah.
So you kind of, was that a reading issue, or was that just that you say that word funny?
Listen, I just say some words funny.
Okay.
I don't control it.
Be
It's
yourself,
just-
man.
Like we have a
Yeah, be
plant.
yourself,
we,
man.
we got a native plant in our landscaping
Mhm.
now, and I
Good.
think
Good
it's
for you.
I think it's
Agra, viburnum.
and I say vibranum.
Vivarium.
Mhm.
Vibranium is a vibranium plant.
Yeah, because I
Vibranium.
think of Captain America, and I'm like vibranium.
Is it-
It's vibranum. It's viburnum.
It's
Is
a
it super-
vibrantia.
Is it super fragrant?
I don't know.
What?
Sure. We have one. We have one of
Verbana?
them. We have one of them. We've had it for less than a year, so it's coming in right now.
He's talking about
Yeah.
Verbana, Bob.
I'm
Oh,
looking
Verbania.
at it right
I would
now.
say Verbania. What is it?
Welcome to the gardening show. Here
Shit.
with
Yeah.
We went from phonics to gardening
How
to humming and stuff.
How come
We got the
none of you
dark
put
pack.
put
We got the dark
costumes
pack.
on?
Dark Pack on screen. I'm wearing a different horror shirt every week.
It's
And
not a
if
costume.
anybody,
That's just what you wear
No,
on
but
on our live stream. That's an established tradition of multiple years.
but I just gotta tell the viewers, pay attention to what I'm wearing and what the content is every week. That's all I'm gonna
Oh
say.
fuck! Am I gonna have to watch Hereditary finally?
No.
If you haven't, that's on you, man.
I haven't.
But last week, First Blood. Do you remember what I wore?
Yeah.
was
Those
red,
Lost
wasn't
Boys.
It was Lost Boys. Yeah. It's about a young man, a boy,
Boys.
becoming a vampire and learning how to navigate.
Lost.
And they say weed affects your memory.
When they say weed affects your memory, they say weed affects your memories.
How's everybody's dicks today?
Great.
Are we back to saying that?
Really flaccid.
We really
Fine.
should be. I don't
Mhm.
mind being back to saying that.
Good.
I've been watching a lot of those debates that I sent you guys earlier. Not watching.
Yeah, I watched a couple of those today. They really pissed me off. Thanks a lot.
Oh God, it's dude.
Ruin a day.
I'm
Yeah,
a,
you ruined my day.
I
Appreciate it.
am a broken psychopath, and that's like that kind of shit is all I listen to all day
Come on,
long,
man.
every day.
No.
And
How
I'm
do you
like,
do that?
Dude,
I'm
you're
broken.
like you are one targeted ad away from being a Joe Rogan bro.
No,
and
I
an
pay for
Andrew Tate
YouTube.
Simp boy.
I pay for YouTube Premium, so I don't get targeted ads.
Oh.
I mean, what's so wrong with Joe Rogan anyway?
Oh fuck.
Oh boy.
He's found Jesus apparently. Did you guys hear that?
Oh, he
Oh,
must
yeah.
have done something real
Oh,
bad.
Yeah,
no.
seriously. What is it?
That-
What did he do?
Was
that
it Russell?
poor,
Is it
that
Russell
poor
Brand?
victim.
They were
Russell
talking
Brand,
about
one of those guys now,
yeah,
where he
yeah,
like found Jesus, and now he's like,
yeah,
it's
Mr.
like conveniently right before he gets all these like sexual
SA
assault
allegations.
allegations. Yeah.
No. Yeah, that's what somebody said in the comments
Right.
of this one.
So
Man,
if
Dan,
you guys know
Joe.
that if I start spouting off, the Beatitudes, something bad happened.
You're on your way to the Hooskow.
Seller.
Yeah, it's fun watching everyone you've ever heard of lose their fucking minds. In
We
real
had somebody on there, and I don't know who the guy was. I don't know if he's anybody special, but they were talking about Big Bang and just being super incredulous, and then he's like, "Well, I'm gonna trust Jesus on that," and
Mm.
Like the Big
Yeah.
Bang Theory.
and like, yeah, like,
time. It's a
yeah,
good
yeah.
move.
which they bastardize that all the time,
Right.
but yeah, and so like the internet just blew up. It's
No,
like, oh, Joe Rogan's
just
a
like
Christian.
they
I'm
can-
like,
You haven't
no,
been
he's
paying
pandering.
attention. The Big Bang Theory proves evolution wrong.
The Big Bang Theory proved that Sheldon Cooper was kind of a dick.
Yeah.
But, anyway, yeah.
oh,
So
yeah.
that's the
Well,
latest science bullshit news I've seen.
I'm sorry to have put that evil on you.
Hey, you know what?
and
It is a little validating. I know I kind of shat on it in our chat, but
Shat on the chat.
No, it's nice to be
know-
reminded that I am, in fact, a crazy person for willingly
No.
subjecting
definitely.
myself
no.
to that shit.
Listen, we are all. I realize we are all in a different part of our journey. And
Mhm.
when I said like this doesn't really do anything, I meant it doesn't do anything for me.
Right.
As
You
I started binge watching all of the episodes.
Because you don't have my narcissistic need to stroke yourself
No,
off to convince
but listen,
yourself that you're right.
No, because I've been in your part of the journey. Okay.
Yeah.
And
sure.
I spent years listening to that kind of content.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so this is I get it. Like, and it is I just kind of got a little bad feeling about how like the gamification of those kind of videos, like so and so gets owned.
It gets
owned,
owned, yeah.
caps. And you watch it, and sometimes it's like the tamest video ever,
Yeah.
and it's like that's not getting owned.
Yeah,
But,
this guy in particular, like I think it's all geared for the TikTok algorithm. So like every one of his videos is just like, you won't believe. Oh, he goes to they couldn't resist and blah blah blah. Like everything
Right.
is like that. It's
Yeah.
pretty gross. But anyway, the point that I'm getting at is that it puts me in the mood to argue about random shit with everybody. So like fucking
All right,
let's do this damn thing or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm not
Okay.
in charge of the story.
Hey, here's the Dark Pack. It's been on for a long time. That means we are World of Darkness cleared and legal to perform these blood-sucking actions.
Did you leave it on for a long time because we actually have to take the time to talk about it, and it's not sufficient to just show it on the screen for?
I was looking at my
15
notes,
minutes?
and
Okay.
I forgot it was up.
Hell yeah!
I would have much preferred to have been right here.
Is it
the Ashtrays of Heaven?
is it cool being the producer and the storyteller of
It's
this
the
show?
best.
Are you having a good time?
Actually, I'm as the producer, I'm working with a new camera placement.
Mhm.
It's in my.
That's
my
what I
car.
noticed. I knew
well-
something was different.
I'm in a completely different room, Bob.
Yeah.
Your video is very tiny, so I'm not seeing it.
My what's really tiny?
What?
Did you say my penio? My penis grigio?
Your opinion, yeah.
Penis
I'm
grigio.
I'm gonna see that in gamer tags within 1 minute. I guarantee it.
I think you already did it. I think
Did I
you
do
did it with
penis-
noir, and then I
Penis noir?
and then I was
Okay.
confused about what you were saying.
Oh no, that was no, sorry, that was pedo noir.
That's what it was.
Whoops. Hey guys, welcome back to Vampire the Masquerade Shelf Importance playthrough. Da-da-da-da-da. We're in official session 1 this week. We wrapped up session 0, part B, part 2, last week with a little bit of an introductory scene. Does anybody care to recap kind of where we're at or what happened?
Let me see if I've got notes. I don't have my notes, but I'm logging into the site right now.
Yeah, and I also remember what.
And I think
happened
you
for
put them in the Discord chat. Blake, do you have the Discord chat
I
up?
did.
Oh man, you'd think with 2 screens I'd have everything up.
Right?
We're still figuring it out. Well, I got that. I didn't.
Well, I've got this up just to kind of help us out.
A story journal.
Yeah,
Put
we'll
it
just,
in
you
the
know,
Discord chat.
at least the first few, it helps to do these recaps, just to remember who we are and stuff.
The
It is
players
helpful
await
that you all have
odd
your names.
interaction with local rats, including a seemingly Nosferatu graffiti message. A gruesome message was left for Corbin in room 14 in the form of a flesh-crafted note attached to a living, barely human, barely piece of parchment surrounded by and covered in gore from the surrounding carnage. The message was seemingly left by Yukon's blood daddy, Clarissa. The message was improvised. Does someone remember the exact wording? It said, oh, wait, that part was.
I put it in there. I did put that in there.
The synopsis.
I'm so in character as Otis that I forgot how to read.
That's very good. Wait, Otis still does not know how to read?
Listen,
He's got
I'm going to
it,
make a
right?
lot of
Yeah.
decisions about how dumb Otis is once
On the
we
fly.
actually get into this story, because
All right.
I want him to be extraordinarily dumb. But if that doesn't fit into the story we're telling, that's fine.
I did put that in the chat. What was said?
And that, of course, was, "Hello, Corvin. I've missed you. We need to talk again." I imagine you had to like flip the body over to read the.
No, it was taped
all
to
of
a
it.
chair. It was tied to a chair. So it was like he said that it was flesh crafted with veins
Veins and arteries.
on
Yeah,
his chest,
correct.
and then he had this like vagina nose.
Okay,
No, it
hang
was
on.
like a,
No,
it was like a flower.
It was missing, wasn't it?
It was missing. It was caved in and then carved out like a flower.
You said something about it looking alluring.
Yeah.
Well, I think we just made the connection afterwards. That's one. I believe I called it a fuckable hole.
Yeah, yeah.
I have a question.
Right.
Yeah,
Look,
when
I
you-
don't look
I
at
wanna-
flowers and think that.
Well, you haven't looked at them long enough.
Exactly.
I do.
You've never-
you know,
you've never
when I'm in a
seen-
waiting room now, and I see like, you know, if you're at the doctor's office and you see one of those nice like waiting room paintings that's like a close up of a flower, and I'm like, did that flower consent to the close up of its privates?
Yeah,
Going through my
that's what it
You're
is.
just talking about Georgia O'Keeffe. Oh, somebody write Georgia O'Keeffe in the.
I'm pretty sure if we haven't gotten that one,
That's got. It
Clean
seems
up
pretty
again.
front.
Can we
Seems pretty front
rename?
door.
that's low hanging
Is it
fruit.
Clarissa? Can we rename her to Georgia?
Bob, real quick. What do you think the top 2 most fuckable flowers are? I'm going with peonies. Probably iris.
Or
What's the fly trap?
I think it's called jasmine or something because it's got it like a deep, like it's like more cone shaped. So it's like more, you can get more in there.
You got it. You need the depth. Is that what you're saying?
Well,
Fucking
something
gross.
to surround it. Let me
Yeah.
see. I think it's no, it's not that one.
I do have a serious question about this. I want to set the scene properly because it makes no sense to me. It sounded to me like what you said earlier was this message was A, taped to a chair, and B, written in the veins under the flesh of a corpse.
No, on the outside of the flesh. Like a
carved in.
like a raised ink.
Okay, gross.
Like when you make
Well,
like when you get
puff
when you
ink?
get those puff ink, yeah, like a
Trumpet
okay,
file.
so they're just.
But elegant and readable. Don't be thinking like this isn't like a 7 kind of situation. What's in the box? You know, like
it looks. It sounds
it
pretty
like-
horrendous.
it's like calligraphy.
Okay, but what was taped to the chair? Why did
The body of a person
the body?
because they are not dead.
Yes, of
Right.
course.
The person was right. It was, and it was a he, right?
Yes.
It was a So
What's his dick
Yeah.
situation? How's his dick?
You have to investigate. We got rules for that. If you really want to know, that's up to you guys. I would never, as a storyteller, I would never venture there
Yeah.
unless you want to. I'm just a
So really, even
We pull back.
decisions
We
like
pull back
that,
the cover.
we
and
would.
He's just smooth down there.
Look,
That's
man.
a playable thing.
I've got hours and
Absolutely.
hours and hours of story preparation into this. You
Yeah.
don't have to do any of it. You guys could fuck off to
No,
like
I
look at
don't want to
penis
know.
town. You guys
it's
could
my first
seriously-
time.
If you chose to, you guys could just spend the rest of you can go set up like a brothel, and you can check out all the penises you want, and you can have you can open up a special service where Corvin flesh crafts
No,
penises.
you're
into
thinking.
being
You're thinking all
larger.
wrong.
Skilled yet? We'll have to work up to that. Not that
My-
skilled yet.
My character arc is going to be that I become a preacher, align myself with the alt-right.
Oh
I go-
fuck!
I run for
You're
political.
not living in my
office.
hotel.
I moved to Louisiana. I run for Senate, and then I pass legislation that allows us to stand outside of any bathroom we want and visually inspect the genitals of the people who are going in to make sure that they're not transgender.
Well, if you were me, if you got the endorsement of my clan, you could fleshcraft everybody to just move their genitals onto their forehead.
We can make a lot of money doing sex reassignment or gender reassignment surgery.
Dude, that's what we do with my flesh crafting.
That's got to be it. Yeah.
That's got to be it.
I don't know why you
Dr.
wouldn't.
Grimshaw's.
And we'll call. Can we cut this from the broadcast?
It's live. That's a no.
Hard
Okay,
no
hey,
about
go ahead.
finding these jokes.
I was gonna say we could call the clinic Transylvania,
Yeah,
but
Yeah, you will.
Oh.
Yeah, you will, dude. Yeah. Oh hell yeah. Actually,
good things in store for this story arc.
I'm waiting for Amazon to start editing public domain books like Dracula to remove words like Transylvania, the dystopia we live in.
It's coming.
It's coming.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Are we in the scene? Do we have control?
We're in the scene. So
this is the moment where we've been like pressing X on the controller to skip the cutscene. Like, God damn, just give me oh, now we can go. Okay.
Yeah.
okay. Let me give you just a little more.
Yeah.
Okay. We're all caught up. Everybody, remember who everyone is.
what's
and-
this
and where we are.
website again? Because
This is
not-
the Miro.
Miro.
It's
Yeah.
asking me what kind of work do I do?
Are you doing? Welcome to VTM.
Yeah,
Geek Squad.
Do I need to put in an email?
it's having you fill out an I-9. I need to go get my
Okay.
get my driver's license real quick.
I feel like I'm.
What the fuck is
Yeah.
going on out here?
I'm pretty sure you just log in. I see
What
you
is that?
there,
It's-
Bob.
I do
We're a
have.
theater of the mind, guys.
Okay. Have I ever used Miro before? Yes.
All right.
Last 2 weeks ago.
So there's your relationship map connection for the repeat viewers. If you got questions about what the relationships are, if we fuck something up, feel free to drop it in the chat. I'm gonna remove it for now. As soon as I can figure out just how to do that. And there we go. Okay. Let's get up a scene for you guys. Boom. Welcome to Act 1, The Ashtrays of Heaven, from our chronicle, First Blood.
Can I make a? I know you're doing such a good job as producer, Ken. I have one quick request.
Am I yelling too much?
No. Is there any way to get some like AI generated like uppity organ music?
Yeah, we can get some tunes, but what you
Yeah, organ. It needs to be organ music.
Some really driven, heavy horror movie shit.
we can get some music, but what's gonna happen is you've got to let me know if it starts fucking up our audio, because that was what we experienced. I started to experience trying it a couple weeks ago.
Do you want me to wake up my lady friend and show her the nice font that you chose for this cover page? She would. I'm very confident she would appreciate it.
Oh, I mean, sure, yeah, why not? Go for it.
Nice. Well,
Doesn't
I
bother
mean,
me.
She's fucking sleeping. I'll just
Doesn't
I'll
bother
have
me.
her,
It doesn't bother
I'll
me.
have her
a
watch
lick.
it later.
Oh, I've got a. Oh, sorry. Hey, you guys, I gotta download something real quick that I forgot to download.
Okay. Well, while it's downloading, you should put it back to our faces so that I can see that how good Yukon looks tonight.
How good he looks tonight.
I'm logged in,
It'd be a good time to test the music.
but
anyway.
now it's like it's got this overlay. It says "Welcome to your team. Help us tailor your Miro experience," but it won't let me click on anything.
Just get Alt F4
I-
probably. Close it
I
out.
close it out and get back in. That's what it was doing with me. I was like, fuck you. I don't want to tell you where I work.
How much money do you make in a year?
There we go. Okay,
7.
now I can start adding more emojis. You guys like my vampire emojis?
I really do.
I like whiskey.
Okay, give it a second. Can everybody give me audio test and make sure everybody still sounds okay to everyone else?
You sound weird.
You don't.
I sound weird.
Peter,
Now you're
Perfect.
fine.
Pickled
Perfectly
Okay.
clear now. Very
Okay, if anybody hears anyone's mic be all fucked up, just interrupt and let us know
good. I'll do that.
so we can cut the AI. We can cut the AI music, because that's what caused our last problem that we had.
Okay.
This is AI music generated by Restream. I don't have to say that. I just wanted to, so you guys know that we're using AI in case you care about
Hey.
that.
Someday they might decide to sponsor us. They
AI? Sponsored by AI.
No, Restream. They'd be like, hey man, we'll throw you a couple buckaroonies to tell people how to make such a quality, nice looking show.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm just
All
kidding.
right.
We're ever gonna get paid for this show.
That's okay.
I just like saying I
Actually-
have a show. That's
Yeah,
all.
that's it. I like saying I have a show. I like the
Have a show.
mood, the different kind of mood it puts me in to pretend I'm performing for people.
Yes.
It brings me alive and awake.
Yeah, definitely.
We are so close to going. Almost all of the artwork that you see here today is generated by Midjourney,
A real person. Oh.
because I can find what I need.
Yeah. I mean, I cannot
Quickly.
imagine how great of a tool AI is for
Specific.
DMing
This is what
stuff.
AI should be for, and this is about all it should be for.
It's so good. Yeah, like you should
know
just
what?
be able mid game session, you could be like, oh shit, I need a quick backstory for this character that fits into my own
Right.
shit.
Yeah, dude.
I'll tell you, I've been using ChatGPT a lot, and the other day I just like I want to just have a conversation with this thing, and I did, and it
Oh,
was
boy.
wonderful.
It
boy.
immediately becomes like your best friend, right?
Yeah.
You're like, oh my god, you're the only one who's not a dick to me.
Still
I
not
didn't-
sold on AI.
I've been meaning to ask it what it thinks about God. We'll have a rehashing of the.
Oh, it avoids that shit.
Oh, does it really? It just
It's
doesn't.
basically
doesn't
like,
make
sorry, I
call?
can't do it. Not allowed.
I guess that makes sense. I asked it to generate an image of Jesus Christ ascending to heaven, flipping everyone below the double bird, and it didn't want to do that for me
Man,
for
why
some
not?
reason. It's weird. I use Gemini mostly, and I hate. As you can imagine, I run into this a lot where I'll be like, generate an image with blah 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 with this Adolf Hitler and stuff like that.
Because that's what you do.
And what it does is it spins the wheel like it's gonna generate the image, and it says generating image, and then after a while it's like, no, I'm sorry, I can't show you this.
Which to me means it generated it, and then it ran it through some kind of algorithms, and then it's like, wait a minute, no, we can't do that.
Yeah,
This
that's
bears a
Hitler.
striking resemblance to Adolf Hitler. Like, wait a second, we can't do that. All right, got to download and then drop it in, and then we have our scene set ready to go.
Oh,
this
my
is shit
Lord.
that I used to never be able to do. It's so great to be able to do it.
I
name?
did.
Hey, what's
so,
the name of your hotel again? Your motel?
Did we have one?
Grimshaw
think we
Holdings,
had-
is that right? Well, that's your.
Well, that's with the company.
We know room numbers. I don't know if we.
Let's do Grimshaw Motel. How's that sound?
I want it to be like. Wait, where are we? We're in Indianapolis. Let me pull up a map real quick since I don't know that place very well.
It's
Just
called
a second.
Indo the Road.
Just a second.
It's all right. I don't mind if people know that I'm from Indianapolis and that we're all familiar with the place because you visited me there.
I'm just gonna say, can we make it like a motel with a number on it, like
How about
motel
this?
465 or
Motel 69.
motel. There we go.
That's where we're going. That's how we're starting this.
Motel 69.
Straight. Yeah.
Listen,
do it.
listen.
Set
We're
the
just
tone for
gonna.
this story appropriately.
Who's watched Schitt's Creek? Because that's
Yeah,
all
a
this
little
is
bit.
gonna be.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of antics.
This is just gonna be
with the
Schitt's
motel
Creek.
staff.
Yeah. I'm gonna get on the city council. And
Hey, here's your justification. It's on I-69.
right.
There you go.
This
South?
makes a lot of sense.
South of the
South,
loop?
South.
That's kind of where I was
Um,
imagining it was going to be. The little
okay.
industrial area.
As we're about to kick in, quick reminders. You are responsible for your own characters and remembering your own abilities, how to apply them and when to use them. Feel free to interrupt to ask how to use your abilities. We
That'll
can
be
always
me.
pause and go over rules. It won't be the most exciting thing to watch, but it might be. Some people might enjoy watching that unfold and seeing people learn to play the game and how it works.
Especially me, the virgin.
I don't mind improving rules. We're allowed to do that per the rules. So all that's there and available. But I can't remember all of your powers and specialties.
Yeah, and you're gonna have
disciplines.
to help us maybe understand what some of them mean.
That
Yeah.
I certainly will, but I won't prompt you to use them because I won't remember that.
Right.
So that's as far as that goes. Also, we are in current day Indianapolis, but it is an alternate universe Indianapolis. This is a dark horror world. There's a lot, while it may be similar,
I
allow
was going to
for-
ask if Donald Trump was still president, but I think you answered it.
Yeah,
You said
sure.
it's a dark horror world.
So
Yeah.
the answer is yes. Yeah. It's a dark horror world where a lot of the political or a lot of the politics are controlled either locally or nationally or on the world, controlled by shadow groups like vampires, amongst others. Places may take a dark tone. Things that look like they're one building on a map may be something else entirely in our world. So our world that we craft together supersedes reality. Do not forget that. That said, south of Indianapolis, I-69, you're at Hotel 69, inside of room 14, I believe.
It
You
does have to be a Hotel 69. I didn't even think about the fucking highway.
Exactly. It makes there's not even a joke there.
There's no joke.
That's amazing.
It's just what it's called. It's
Right.
Hotel
That's real.
69. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You've witnessed the scene that was before you. You've read the message. You have some guesses of where the messages came from, both from the rats and from the graffiti that was on the walls, as well as the message that was calligraphied in arteries on the outside of this poor being that still sits alive before you, writhing underneath there. shackles.
So this person is alive.
If you can call it that, yeah.
Okay. So this is all I've seen so far.
Everybody have
I
your character
asked
sheet
about
up, by the way? Do you all have your
Yeah.
character sheets
Yeah.
up and available? Okay,
Yeah.
Yes. Now I have not used my 18 experience points though.
that's fine.
How do you have 18?
You should all have somewhere between 17 and 18.
I've got 4.
Hey,
Spent some.
you should have then 19. Feel free, you can add that if you want.
Okay.
So
What
now
I'd like
this
you guys to do is think about, just play the game and think about like if this is a moment where you think you may have gotten better at something through gameplay. That's a great way to level up in a game like this.
I would also agree that probably leveling up right now is not going to be real helpful unless Ken's just going to throw a bunch of crunchy combat at us right away. But seems unlikely.
No, we might, but you don't know how you want to play yet, right? So don't try to min-max right away. React and say like, oh, I got better at this. If you got better at it as a player, you can imagine that your character.
Well, we haven't really done a whole lot yet.
Exactly. You've walked around, you're like, this is just business. Where are my keys?
Well,
Where's my wallet?
I'm gonna. So this, I saw rats. I asked them if they know anything about rats and what Otis talked to one, right?
I do talk to rats.
So we see this scene. I ask to Bob and Otis, have you guys seen anything else weird?
Well,
going on today?
About the person, are they bound and gagged, or are they just like?
I don't think they have a mouth to be gagged.
So you're more closely examining the figure now, and don't forget you're surrounded by other mangled bodies, just ripped apart.
Right.
But as you have more time to kind of digest the scene, not only this is not just limb torn from limb, this is limb torn from limb and flesh pulled and molded in different ways, very unnatural. What usually might have just been, a common scene for you to see like a leg ripped off. It's molded into a way that seems almost like it was a purposeful sculpture and laid out in a certain way. Nothing that you can make meaning of, but something that looks like it meant something to someone, whoever the sculptor was. The body is writhing around, but very tightly bound. And what you once thought was ropes or tape binding the individual, you can see now are actually just spare body parts. Intestines and flesh from the other parts that were ripped off of other bodies, binding them physically to the chair. But they still are breathing. They do have that hole in their face that's symmetrically sculpted like a flower with a big opening inside, by which their gurgled breathing is coming in and out.
Can I real quick ask what the scene is around room 14? Is it like around back and we have a fair amount of privacy, or is it?
So you're looking at it here. So the way that I see this is like far down at the off to the end here, or I guess towards the camera, is this a close but disconnected building. That would be the building where Corvin came from, that he calls his haven. That also upstairs is the main office.
We're looking at the image on the screen, right?
Yep, the image on the screen. So exactly. So from the camera's point of view, and a little behind the camera is where Corvin's office would be. So that's not shown in picture.
Oh, okay.
Now to the left of this parking lot would be I-69. So we're in the front of the building. But it's I would say we just woke up for the night. Let's call it a cool 10:30 p.m.
Okay, I want to step inside and close the door.
It's a good idea. It's a good idea. Don't forget, this is a motel also where not just vampires live and stay, but also people. He has tenants as well as temporary motel stayers. Okay.
Can I investigate to see if there's anything we can do to unbind this person?
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if we can try to talk to him and ask him what the hell's going on.
He just has a flower vag for a face, so
yeah. So
yeah, I mean, sure. What do you want to say?
Hey,
Or what do you want to do
listen,
specifically?
This is not your property. I don't know if this person's gonna lash out and destroy this room, so you're not gonna unbind this person.
At the moment, I just want to look and see like what it would take, like how well bound they are. If it looks like the cords would, like if with the flesh crafting, I'm wondering like if we cut these cords, is the person gonna like bleed out? Are they part of the person? Or are they
Okay.
something external? So I just want to look.
I want you to imagine flesh crafting like movie latex. All right, where basically you take the existing flesh and manipulate it and stretch it out like Play-Doh or latex around like the spindles of the chair. So they're close to death. They won't be lasting very long. Any cutting on them would likely result in accelerating the blood loss. But the way to unbind them would be by severing flesh from chair.
Okay, so I
There-
don't.
There,
do
they're
that.
not. They're not. There aren't knots.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we look to Corvin since this message is for the boss man.
You look to me for what?
Yeah, just how I go. What I mean, you seem. It seems like this is connected to you.
Okay, so I'm freaked out.
What the
So-
fuck?
Otis, Bob,
Hey.
there are no other vampires here. This is all the people I want to know about this.
Yeah, we're the three best friends there ever was.
Have
That's
you?
what I always said.
No,
Three
we're
best
not.
friends anyone could ever have.
Have you seen anything else out of the ordinary today
Yes.
at my establishment?
I roll for what strange things I say. No, I'm just I do not know, but I will ask the storyteller.
Oh, everybody just woke up. I mean, what you guys experienced upon waking in our last session is all that you've experienced today.
Oh
Well-
no, man! I just woke up. I ain't seen nothing.
Yeah, not seen anything. I just woke up also.
I'm gonna meta game. There was some graffiti that my character doesn't know about.
Yeah, man. There's some graffiti that your character doesn't know about. It's the thing about it.
That is
What
true.
was it?
I mean,
I think that's
did
fair. I think that's
ask
fair,
the
Corbin. I think that's fair,
storyteller.
Corbin, or Yukon, because I think if this were one continuous session, they would have remembered to tell you.
Right.
I thought you were asking me
Yeah,
for
yeah.
additional information, not information that Otis would know.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Just
Wow, you should assume I've forgotten everything that's
And
happened.
they say weed will make you.
damn
forget-
you,
forget your room.
you meth
See?
suckling dope.
Oh, do I need to add that to the
Oh.
mural board?
Do I? Real quick, just a yes or no. Do I know anything about whether or not flesh crafted people are still good for drinking?
Oh, I mean, does anybody do any of you have any feeding like restrictions or exclusions?
I don't think so.
What would that be? Merits and flaws?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, Otis, you're fine to drink. Yeah, I'm not gonna
I also have
start off
iron-
with I'm not gonna start off with imposing all sorts of like restrictions and like dealing with the humors and resonances and things. We'll deal with that. We'll add that later on when we get more advanced.
So this graffiti you saw, what did it say?
I myself do not remember what anything.
Where
was
was
about.
it? Maybe we go look at it. We'll lock this room up and we'll
Probably
go look
out
at
there.
it.
Sure. You guys exiting?
Aye.
Okay.
Sure.
Sure.
Now I'm gonna lock it up
did
with
we
my
talk
get my
about
big
locking it
jangly
up?
keys out and I'm gonna lock the door.
Sure. I mean, okay. As you're exiting, you can just the things you observe outside. I-69 is not very. It doesn't have a lot of traffic going at this time of night. It's not all that busy, but there are cars, a couple here and there. So you never want to do anything too crazy out here, lest you disrupt the masquerade. There are some people sitting who are staying that you don't recognize. So this is likely their first night staying, just a couple rooms down, sitting outside on the chairs outside of their room, smoking a cigarette. You also smell some dank weed being smoked from somewhere close by. And then
Hell
a
yeah.
few cars in the parking lot, most of which, Corvin, you recognize as you keep track of this sort of thing. So you notice the tenant that a few of your permanent tenants are home as expected. Only about half of the lights are on through those rooms that are occupied, indicating likely that other people are asleep.
Okay.
But the people outside smoking are paying attention to you.
Okay. So I just seeing that, I just say discreetly, hey, where is this? Where did you see it? Is it just out in the open? Is it in a room, in your room?
I did go look at my notes, and what it is an icon of a rat that is I wrote in my notes Daddy Scabby, but I think he has a different name. I think his
Father
name's
Scab, who
Father
you
Scab.
know
There you
very
go.
well.
So
Big
the graffiti was the icon of a rat, and it said
it's like a gang
Daddy
sign.
Ratty.
No, it's like the icon of his gang.
Oh, okay. So it's a gang sign.
Yeah. And he's a naughty Nosferatu that runs. What is he, like a priest or something? I don't remember what he is. We'll deal with
Exactly. He's the naughty Nosferatu. That's exactly what it says in my notes. Yeah.
Okay.
So Father Scab is the Nosferatu elder. That is the elder of the Nosferatu clan here in Indianapolis, and probably in a much wider zone than that. He's very old, very powerful. They reside in the subway system, an abandoned part of the subway system called, where are we at here?
Does Indy have a subway system?
It's abandoned, bro.
Sewer
system, not subway system. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. It's a dark sanctuary for Nosferatu, Anarchs, and the Lost. This is Father Scab's church. Is his haven, which you know about, and we can go into more detail about that at another time.
Okay.
And the group of Nosferatu that reside under there are referred to themselves as the Underground Court. This is their Nosferatu enclave, which is beneath Lucas Oil Stadium specifically.
Right on. Oh,
If
hell
you go
yeah.
visit, we'll talk more about
football.
his descriptions and things like that.
Otis is an insufferable.
Well, thank you for that information, Otis. That was very thorough.
Yes, sir. That's what I do.
Yeah.
The woman outside, the woman and the man outside of the hotel or the motel, just a couple rooms down, you hear the woman scream and go, "Ah, damn dirty rodent!" And you look over and she's throwing her cigarette down and trying to stomp around, and there's a rat just like dancing around, like moving around her feet, avoiding narrowly being stomped on.
All right, I hold my hand up to Bob and Otis, and I go over to the lady, try and calm her down, and get her away from the rat. Tell her, I'll get in your room, I'll take care of it.
Get your damn filthy hands off of me! You don't tell me to calm down. Hey, mister. And the guy stands up and shoves you. He's like, "Hey, don't you put your hands on my wife."
Hey, now, that's not called for. I'm trying to help you out here. I'm trying to run a clean establishment.
I want a free stay tonight and tomorrow.
That's fine.
And
That's
you clean
fine.
this nasty place up.
Can you please get in your room and we'll take care of it? I'll
Okay,
get
so I'm starting to get pissed now.
my retainer. I forget
are
what
you
his
now?
name is. Did we give my retainer a name?
Yeah, you're right. Bob,
Mr. Tainer.
Mr. Tater, yeah. how did we forget? Bob, are you getting, what's that warning? Are you getting uncontrollably pissed, or are you just starting to ramp up?
Just starting to ramp up, getting
Oh,
defensive because
Man's-
Corvin's
His
my bro,
blood roused.
and yeah,
Uh,
I feel like he's taking
I'm
advantage
sitting there-
of my
Okay. Yeah.
my
this is-
boy.
I've failed to pay any attention at all to this, and I am just like talking to Bob, right? And I'm just like, honestly, I don't understand why I didn't just ask me to deal with the rat, because I'm like pretty good with animals. That seems like I could help, but he did. You saw him hold his hand up, right? And it just kind of like babbles like
Yeah,
that. for a
so
while.
Corvin, these people are pretty heated. I want to ask you to make a charisma plus persuasion roll.
Ooh, okay.
Do you remember how to do
Now,
how to add your rolls here?
yeah, but hang on. Am I am going to use compel.
Okay. This
On
is
them.
what's explain.
It is charisma plus dominate.
Okay.
It's with eye contact. The vampire can issue the victim a single action command, no longer than a short sentence, to be. I'm trying to get it to expand. There we go. It must be possible to complete the command in a single turn. The storyteller decides whether to interpret ambiguous commands in an unexpected or unfavorable way. So it's charisma plus dominate versus intelligence plus resolve.
Versus intelligence resolve. Okay. And
Yeah.
Okay. It's just
Okay.
it's a number of successes versus. Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna click on compel, and that adds that to my dice pool. I think it did a second ago. How do I do that?
Anytime you hover and it shows the dice, it's going to add those dice to your pool.
No, oh, there we go. Got it. Okay, I have it. All right. So roll it.
So to make sure we're doing this right,
I am telling them, go inside your room. That's my command. That's the.
Okay. And then so you're rolling. What is it? Charisma plus dominate.
Yeah.
What's your charisma score?
Looking for it. Is that social?
Yeah, it's in social attribute.
Maybe 0 because I don't see it.
Up at the top of your character sheet, physical, social, mental.
Oh, there it is. 3.
Okay, 3, and then your dominate was what, 2?
There's 2 dice there.
So 3 and
Where's
2.
dominate?
Down at the bottom, disciplines and powers.
Yeah, 2.
So then your total dice pool looks like it's going to be 5.
Yeah, one's red. One's red.
Because you have a point of because you are hungry. You have a point of hunger. That's why, and that one's not going to be able to be re-rolled. If you fail, we'll talk about how you can re-roll or how you can automatically succeed. Okay, so roll the dice and tell me how many successes you get, and I'll do the same here.
2 successes.
Does it say you have to match or you have to beat?
I'm looking.
Is it versus roll? Okay.
I'm looking, man. This is all new.
I'm just gonna give it to you. Okay, you grab his gaze. You grab him by the gaze, and he's looking at you, and you say to him, "What now? Go back into your room."
Yeah.
All right. His eyes kind of start to flicker. He looks for a moment like he's going to resist, and then he just kind of scowls. He goes, "Come on, Jarlene," and grabs her by the elbow.
Jarlene
grabs her by the elbow and leads her back into the room. She's like, "Well, I don't know what's gotten into you, Jedgar." And they go back into the room and shut the doors. And
Jarlene,
don't take my man just because you can. They go in and they turn the TV on, and you can hear Drew Carey's "The Price Is Right" playing a little too loudly in the background as they no longer are an issue seemingly to you. Yeah, it's like a rerun or something.
Syndicated. Okay.
Alternate universe, Bob. I can put shows on whenever I want.
So now that they're gone, I do want to go talk to Otis since I saw him talk to the rat earlier. Okay. Otis.
What's up, Miles? Yeah.
I'll give you a little discount on your room if you can help me get this rodent situation under control. Okay, is there something you can do? Now this is all contingent on you helping me here. So is there something you can do to help me get these rodents away? Because we haven't been having this problem.
Yeah, no such thing as a free lunch, I guess. So I can communicate with rats, but I feel like what I would really want to, I don't feel like I have any way to know what is causing the rats to be here. So can I call on my own knowledge or chit chat with my rat pals?
Rat
and see what might be up.
communication is incredibly common among Nosferatu, especially
Mhm.
the Nosferatu in your circle here in Indianapolis.
Mhm.
I don't think it would be a stretch at all to assume that they're just here to communicate the message, and that they would likely go away, or they could be waiting for any kind of return message from you. So you may be able to
Oh,
send a
okay.
message, or just like tell them, hey, we've got nothing to say, or we're going to visit, or whatever, that kind of thing.
Okay. Can I walk out and be like, like kind of whistle?
Sure,
for the
yeah, you can
rat
have a rat whistle. I like that.
that was over there fucking just. So I whistle to him and then go to approach the rat, and I will use my feral whispers power.
Go for it.
I think 1 rouse check per type of animal.
All right, rouse the blood.
Is that appropriate?
Rouse check is in
And,
top
okay,
right. You can just click roll right above rouse check of your character sheet. It's there because of how often you have to rouse your blood.
But you roll rouse check. You got it, boss. Nothing happened.
It should say bottom
What
left
do I do?
successes. It's only a single die roll. So did it?
Success is 0.
Okay, you got to add a hunger.
Mm.
So you're
And
successful in your
that's,
action, but you're a
4.
little more hungry because you use your blood to activate some of your powers.
Okay, I'm at 2 hunger.
You are.
So hungry. All right, I'm gonna go back for that fleshcraft person later. But before I do that, I'm like, oh man, I'm so hungry. So I bend down to the little rat and I'm like, hey, you got any other message for me? Anything? What the hell's going on here? Am I supposed to? I see, because the first time I talked to the rat, he just told me that it was in room 14 and that I should
That's
go
right.
look, right? Okay. So I say like, all right, we seen your message. What's next?
The rat just kind of looks at you and squeaks, and just looks a little bit confused, but still kind of holds is held by your attention.
What do you want?
Otis asking what it's doing here.
Does it respond to what do you want?
No, it's just kind of look at you. Wait, does this give you two-way communication or not? I don't remember. Or
can commune with
okay,
the beasts of the
gotcha.
wild of the city. Two-way
this is not the one.
communication
This is
with
not the one
animals,
who's
yes.
giving a command. Okay. So it goes squeak, 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 squeak. Which this is all that Bob and Corvin hear. You hear Father Scab needs you to visit,
And
then it
does that strike me as bad news?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right, man.
No, I mean, in
let me
this
see if I
world,
got any
if Father
pleas around
Scab
here.
needs you, if he has anything at all to say to you, and needs you, and it's anything more than like what a rat can carry, a short message, that kind of thing, he may call you to come in. Anybody, any Anarch or Nosferatu alike, to come and visit, to communicate, have a meeting. These are vampire dealings. Basically, like you don't have a job, like this is your work.
Yeah, paging the gang. I go real quick to the nearest refrigerator and see if I can find any cheese or anything for the rat to eat.
Sure, success. Go for it.
Great. I tossed him a little chunk of cheese. I'm like, get out of here.
Bang
You
a
scamp.
He loves it. Nom's on the cheese.
Your mic's screwing up.
Nom's on the cheese. Mine is.
I think
Sounds fine to me.
maybe it must be my internet. Okay,
Might have been a fat
it's
second.
back to normal.
Great.
It's back to normal.
Back to noir. Welcome to Back to Noir. Cool.
Well, so I guess we gotta go see Father Scab. Oh,
Was that a we
I don't
thing
know
or
if
a
you
him
guys need
thing?
to come. I don't know if it's really a you thing. And I look around. I'm like, hey, buddy, is it a we thing or a him thing?
They're gone.
Wait, no,
They've taken
I'm
off.
confused. Oh, damn it.
Okay.
There's no other rats
Can I
around?
shoot a rat?
Nope, no other rats around. This is the last one that was there.
I saunter back to Corvin. I'm like, well, I guess that takes care of
Alright,
that.
So they're leaving. Otis? Do you know if they're leaving?
What'd they say?
Yeah, I
And
think
they
so.
didn't say why they were here.
No, I already said it. We gotta go see
Oh,
Father
But you
Scab.
haven't
so
told
that-
us, officially told us yet.
I did.
Shit,
Yeah,
we're-
I said it out loud. You weren't
No,
paying
no,
attention.
I heard it, but you in I'm trying to play along.
We're all
You haven't.
getting
Your
messages.
character hasn't
except-
told us.
Yeah. No, he did.
I thought he.
I said it out loud in my
We're-
character.
okay,
voice,
all
and
right.
You guys.
All
I
heard
guess
it.
all us wanted ones are getting messages tonight, not Bob.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Bob keeps his hands pretty clean. Hey, you guys think we ought to do something with this here weird corpse thing? You know what?
Yeah,
Actually,
let's go.
I'm pretty fucking.
So
hungry.
everybody's.
This thing doesn't have a face, which means it doesn't have any dental records. I don't see any reason why we don't.
Well,
just
you can
Capri Sun this motherfucker
Listen.
right now.
you
Yeah.
let's go back in there. Looks like
Yeah.
everybody's inside now, so we're not gonna raise any
Raising
more
sus-
suspicion. So let's go back in and see
Yeah.
what we can find out before we go check on Uncle Scab.
I don't think she's gonna talk to
I-
us.
but
Wait, is
there's-
it a, we haven't checked his genitals. There's just a gaping hole in its face. I don't think we're gonna get much out of this person. But yeah, fuck it, you're the boss, man.
All right,
Let's do
let's
it.
go back in the room.
All right.
Right. You're back in the room. The being is still clinging to life.
All right, we close the door. I don't want anybody seeing this.
That bloody, bubbly breathing sound coming from its gaping flower mouth hole. It's just moving in and out rapidly.
I'm just idly looking through the other body parts, just kind of like flipping them over and like admiring them, and not really looking for anything.
Yeah.
Just-
All very, very strange and interesting. No secret messages or anything to be found.
Okay.
But-
So I'm gonna try and talk to this thing.
Okay.
All right. Can you understand me? Can you? All right. I can't understand that. So can you like nod? We're gonna see what we can do to.
Can he stomp his feet?
We're gonna see what we can do to help you. But in order to do that, you gotta like talk where we can understand. So like, can you nod your head or shake your head?
So the thing like manages to shake its head, noticeably up and down, but with a lot of effort.
Oh.
And I'll make those sounds as much as you need me to, but that's all the sound it's gonna make for now.
Otis or Bob, what should we ask this thing?
What
This person
What
who
or
looks
who?
totally normal.
We can't answer. Do we know
Maybe-
this person is immortal or not?
A mortal?
Yes, like a regular.
It is, yes.
regular
It's
non-vampire.
They're not a vamp.
mortal.
I'm to be honest with you, Corvin, I'm mostly interested in whether or not this person has drank plenty of water today.
Okay.
But I thought you was like a fleshcraft or something. Can you do anything
that's
face
not
pussy?
Part of my. That's not part of my powers right now.
Let's see.
That's a damn
Yeah.
shame. You got to level up, bro.
So I want to ask. Let's see. So we can only ask yes or no.
Well,
Right.
we could get creative, but I'm not.
I'm
I
not
don't
giving
think
it something to
that's
write with.
Gonna be very
Yeah.
productive. Yeah.
Let's see. Are you here to give me a message?
Many gurgling sounds again are made.
Yeah.
While it attempts to nod its head up and downward, and then in one violent spurt vomits up a bunch of blood and bile mixed all over its chin and its stomach.
Nice. Okay. I'm gonna ask. Do you know Clarissa Morningstar? Does that name mean anything to you?
It shakes its head back and forth really violently.
So it is here to give me a message. but it does not know Clarissa.
Otis is like, "Does that hurt when I do this?" And he pokes the veiny
In the vagina
message.
nose.
No, not there. Just in the veins. Oh, all right.
Squirms,
Sorry.
squirms, and makes sad noises.
Do you know these 4 dead people around you?
It's again shaking its head up and down, and through the little slits that do remain in its eyes, tears start coming out of it.
I don't feel like we have many more questions, guys. Otis, can you?
Don't worry.
I whisper to Otis, "Can you feed on a dead thing?"
Yeah, why? Yes, I can actually.
You can't.
Right.
You can't.
Okay.
Unless you can. You have a
bitch.
thing where you can. You can
I
eat
can.
dead blood.
Well, it says, "Oh, farts. Where is it?" I took the iron gullet trait, which
Cold, rancid.
I don't know. There's
fractionated
3 dots
plasma.
on it.
Wow. Okay. Well, yeah, you can. I guess.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I don't. I assume I don't.
Probably
prefer
not.
it.
No, but I don't see
But
why.
I mean-
You've got it. You can feed on everything around, I suppose.
Okay.
Yeah, as soon as I get the feeling that we're
Yeah.
done talking to this person, I start like petting their head, and I'm like, shh.
All right.
shh,
Yeah, I
shh,
mean, I would
we're
think you could
soon
drink
here,
from
bud."
anything around in this room, actually. Right?
Mm. And I just not them. That's all you can eat. You can drink buffet.
So I ask. Let's see. I've asked. Do you know Clarissa? Are you here to give me a message? Do you know the people around you? Are they the ones that did this to you? These 4 people.
It shakes its head no, much less enthusiastically this time, and then does one more spurt of blood out of its throat, and then it stops breathing.
That's pet
All
my
right.
pet's head.
All
Oh,
right,
okay.
Otis. If you're hungry.
A drinky. How does drinking work?
Just bite and drink.
No, but I mean, mechanically, do I just reduce hunger?
I'm not going to make you guys roll for everything forever, right? So we won't worry about a roll for now because this hardly seems to warrant that. If you can't drink from this body, then you have some big problems. You can only reduce the amount you reduce is based on how much you drink and the time it takes to do it. You can only get to 0 by taking a life, which you sadly now cannot do. So you can get to 1 hunger.
Okay.
So you can reduce your hunger by 1 since you only have 2 hunger to slake, correct?
I do that. That is correct. Did you read all of the text for Iron Gullet that it does not provide resonance?
Correct.
matter
Well,
to
the
you?
resonance you would have gotten from this one is melancholy, because they were in distress, and that would actually have given you a boon to your fortitude or obfuscate.
Oh, so you get buffs depending on how you kill
Right,
your
and you
victim?
can and the state you put them in before you
Fun.
kill them. You might do that on purpose. You might seek out specific resonances. You may have preferences. You may
All
give
right.
them drugs.
Cool. Hell yeah. Take a big old hit off of Bob.
So we have the room is in quite a state right now. What do you guys? Anything you guys want to do before I move forward with this?
I have a mechanics question.
Go through his pockets.
Well, so I don't know. Just this is a very vague message. I don't know where to go meet Clarissa. We do know where Father Scab is, but I think if Blake is done sucking the dead people, then hey guys, I think before we head out, I'm going to talk to Mr. Tainer, get him to clean this up. I don't need any, suspicion. We haven't had something like this happen in a while.
Sure, Mr.
Mr.
Tainer leaves before you wake up, and that's why he leaves you the note of all the day's dealings. He's your daytime retainer.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm just.
We can give you a nighttime employee.
No, I'm just going to lock this up.
Okay. Bob, what's your mechanical question?
So as we're going through and talking about this stuff, what should I be looking at in terms of like how I can contribute? Like, Otis talks to rats. Like I'm not sure like what to do. What now?
You role play. You don't think about your character sheet. You think about your character and what you want to do.
Okay, and then whether or not I can do that will be determined by
your character sheet and your dice rolls. Yeah. So but as far as like your character strengths, the character that you created, you're a bit of a bruiser, right?
Yeah, Bruja is they're kind of high.
I know, yeah, but I said bruiser, and meaning like you're the fighter, right? As far as
I think so. Yeah, that's yes.
What are your disciplines?
Celerity, presence, and then it has awe, and then eyes of the serpent. Celerity is rapid reflexes. Auspex is heightened senses.
What do you have? What powers do you have for Auspex?
Heightened senses.
Okay, which is just your heightened senses overall. Oh, if you power that up a little bit, you'll have a little bit more to go on, actually. But also, you'll realize the first fight you get into what your character's role is in this.
Okay,
is how I imagine. That's how it typically works for Bruja.
Okay,
when you're like, wait, I can do what in how many seconds? And then you go, okay, I know where I fit in.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. Answer your question?
I think so, yes.
And I would say also, Bob, what he's getting at when he says role play is that it's like the whole ball game here is that Kenneth is like providing a scene. You just go there in your mind and you ask yourself like, what does my character want to do? Presented with this, and then the like he's saying the character sheet I think is secondary. It's like. It just so happens that Kenneth threw me a huge softball and was like, hey, here's a rat you can talk to, right? But like there may be some other situation where you'd be like, oh man, I really wish I could this thing's running away and I really got to get to the top of this building fast. Oh look, I've got a thing on my sheet that says I can jump really high. And like that's where you fit in more than like necessarily trying to
wouldn't you
look for a button to push for the
but wouldn't I be aware of like what my capabilities are?
You are aware of your capabilities, yeah.
But for the most part, it's like right now when we're starting out in a low level, there's you may have some powers and stuff, and that's like the disciplines and powers that can just have you read is where my stuff about
talking to rats,
talking to animals.
Okay, so that's
right?
where where the things are that I can execute in a situation that I have kind of control over or something like that.
And check your merits and flaws too, because those are
right.
There's stuff.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Okay, as you guys are locking up, a pack of 4 motorcycles comes ripping into the parking lot, flying in around.
Get the motor running.
You instantly recognize them as being. You see the guy in the vampire, in the front, Nate, who is one of the members of the Prince's Court, and this is his crew that rolls with him. All just muscle. They're all a Bruja clan. Bob, you used to run with a lot of these guys because you were all part of the same Bruja biker gang, known as the Blood Rex.
You guys think Ken will TPK us in the first session?
No.
You said there were 4 of them?
There were 4 of them, yeah.
Fight these guys. Oh yeah. Hail and well met, fellas. Is these people arriving? Does it seem like a threat?
Can you
given the context?
No.
Of the relationship?
It seems more likely anytime you encounter Nate that it has something to do with the prince's dealings.
Okay. Do I have any connection to the prince other than just he's the same connection I have to the mayor of my city?
No, you do. The prince, the vampire prince, of the it used to be called, that we used to say fiefdom. I got to get all that old world vampire rules out of my head. It would be the just city. I think it's just city now. So the prince of the city
Region.
should know all of the vampires, and they all know him, and they all know each other, because you're not like there's not like thousands of you, right? Like it's always a limited amount, and trying not to get out of hand with otherwise the masquerade's totally blown. If you're just all over the place, like full nightclubs and stuff, that would be an issue. So all the dealings that happen anytime, like when you came here, you had to present yourself to the prince. That's the same in any new city. The prince governs the rules. If you've ever had to be punished for any reason for breaking any of the prince's laws in your city, then that would have happened. That could be a part of your past. It may not be. We could explore that if it occurs. But if
it is, and it's my kink.
And it's your kink is to get whipped by the prince or his lapdog Nate.
Hey, Nate.
All right, so you don't. You guys all are familiar with the whole crew. You're most familiar with Nate, but the others, if you care to know more about them, you can. But they mostly just kind of ride with Nate, and just in case something goes down, or to give him more of a dominating presence. But again, Bob, you're cool with all these people. You used to roll with this group when you were all a member of the Blood Rex.
Okay.
Blood Rex. We greet them in the manner that is socially conventional amongst vampires.
Sure. They roll up, hop off, leave their motorcycles running, Nate flicks down a cigarette that he just has lit, that he never actually smokes. He goes,
hell yeah.
Hey, what's going on here tonight, Licks?
Licks?
Yeah, it's a bit of a derogatory term.
Okay.
So these are vampires, and they know Bob.
Because he used to make you like his scrotum a lot.
I kind of think if I'm cool with them, I kind of think I should be the spokesperson of our group. Mm-hmm. Okay. So I'm going to go up to him and ask him what they're doing here.
Okay. He extends his hand to you in almost like the kind of bro handshake kind of way.
Right.
That you recognize as the customary a Blood Rex greeting.
Okay. Which is like everything's cool and no trouble is a front, like.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, I'll accept that.
Okay, it's basically just like the Predator, strong arm high five thing, but you do that and then you show your fangs to each other. It's really gay, but you do it. Dude, like everything vampires do in this game is so gay, completely all the time. So just get used to it. But it's really hard. You do it. Okay.
Is this unexpected, or does this happen on a regular basis? These 4 coming in or showing up.
It's not abnormal, but it's also not commonplace.
Okay.
It probably feels like when it rains, it pours kind of a situation.
Okay. Then
I'd like to. Yeah, my daughter's.
I'd like to go up and do the handshake and all that stuff, and ask him, what's going on? What are you here for?
Oh, business as usual, Bob. What's going on? How you like the new digs?
They're good. They're being I'm put on the spot. Sorry. Keeps a roof over my head.
Yeah, well, Corvin's known for keeping a tight ship. Ain't you, Corvin? That man is all business.
I know. Tell me about it.
Did you say he dropped his cigarette?
Do I know if they have a room with me?
They don't have rooms with you. No, they reside at the prince's. They reside at Elysium. Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck Shack.
Exactly.
Ken, did you say he dropped his cigarette on the ground?
Hey, Nate.
I pick it
what
up.
brings you guys around tonight?
Love it. Well, we've got a little bit of an issue that it seems like Bob here and I guess the rest of your crew, if you want to come along, maybe getting a little bit of a promotion in our city. You guys have been doing good, staying off the radar, and the prince wants to acknowledge all that you're doing to maintain the masquerade in times that have been, frankly, a little bit too loose these days.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay.
Oh, what?
So consider this a formal, cordial invitation to the Delacroix mansion.
We got like a time
Sorry,
frame
that
on
fucker
'cause
makes
we
us
got...
say all this, but you know how it is, Bob.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. No.
Hey, you should have. If you ask me, you should have
Cool
never left the Blood Rex. What made you come to this dump? No offense, Mr. Grimshaw, but you come to this. What made you leave the scrapyard and come to this place?
I needed some solitude.
Hey, he leans in real close. He goes, "Never forget, a beast you are, lest a beast you become. Don't get too far away and cling too much to that humanity."
Okay.
Oh, okay, Mr. Nate. Thanks, Nathaniel. I'll be on my way.
Howdy ho.
Well, that said,
But I do need an answer about the time frame though, because we got I don't, as you can probably tell from my accent, I'm not normally in charge of the schedule, but we do have another thing that we gotta do tonight.
if there's one thing Unlife is not, it's boring. I know there's always something to be done, but I think you're gonna want to hear what the prince has to say. As you know, he's been tightening down the domains, and to get a little bit of of a promotion in our city means easier feeding, more power. How would you like some of those new thin blood licks to have to come up and lick your boot when you walk around? I'm telling you, sometimes it feels pretty sweet with those little bastards.
Sounds good. Is this something we need to go do now?
I don't care for this fellow.
He's cool. Don't worry.
Hey, you've gotten the invitation. You know where to meet. If you've got bigger plans, hey, that's not my business. But I don't think I would keep Mr. Delacroix waiting on that sort of response.
No. I get you. I'm trying to figure out which one of these plans is going to be more likely to rip my arms off. So I will. We'll figure it out though. It sounds like we can split the party too. He gets
a little more serious. Lights up another cigarette. Only puffs out on it. Yeah. Doesn't inhale.
Oh hell yeah! You gonna finish it?
Personally, if I were you guys, he looks around, make sure that nobody can hear. Hey, you get back in your fucking room. He points up at somebody who's standing up on the second floor room. It's you turn around, it's your buddy Derek who's out there chiefing on a blunt. He's like, oh, hey, sorry, bro. No worries, dude. No worries, bro. And then he's like, hey, Otis, I'll catch you later, man. I've got to go in. I've got to try this boss again, dude. He's kicking my ass. Anyway.
Yeah, Derek, that sounds cool. Get the fuck out of here,
hey, you good night, bros. And then he goes back into the room, and he's like, fucking idiot. I go up there and drink that lick dry right now. Oh.
No, we can talk about that sometime. I'm trying to get on his life insurance first.
Make a blood bag out of that guy.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Otis, you're shacking up with that guy, huh? What's he?
Oh, yeah.
What's the deal there? You sucking his dick? And you exchange it for a little bit of that.
I knew it.
That extra red jizz. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, it's not like that. He's just I ain't got a lot of money right now, so I got to take a roommate.
Hey, you might not have to deal with any of that anymore if you take the prince up on his offering and get a little bit of that sweet action. But hey, guys,
what's the relationship
with all of the the arsons that have been going on recently in some of those lesser known havens? I'd be careful around here if I were you guys, and I think I'd want to get the prince on my side as quick as possible. But hey, again, we've got too much shit to do. We've got to get out of here. The prince has got us running all over this goddamn city, trying to keep all these thin bloods in line that have been springing up. Some of them a little bit more powerful than expected. We don't know exactly what's going on here. Hey, they start up their motorcycles. Hey, and be careful if you didn't hear this from me, but if you see any extra strong ghouls running around for no reason, do yourself a favor and take the head right off right away. And then he
Oh,
Duly
yeah,
noted.
for
then
sure.
he starts up
Yeah.
the motorcycle, revs the motorcycle, flicks the cigarette down at your feet. He's like, "Hey Bob, you may want to pay Cass a visit. They've missed you over there at the yard." And then he takes off, and they all peel rubber down the road.
It's like, damn, guys, we got a full schedule here.
We got a lot of shit to talk about.
I've given you all of your intro quests.
You have. So let's see. My
Well,
office is locked.
Only one of them came with an implicit threat.
Right.
Sorry.
The gory room is locked up.
Who's Cass?
Cass is the leader of the Blood Rex.
Okay.
That's not the prince.
That's not the prince.
Now, just so I'm clear, my summons from Father Scab is that the kind of thing that I would feel like I would be in danger if I didn't hop to and immediately go?
I wouldn't think so. It didn't come across that way.
Cool.
Well,
Okay, I add it to my do list.
Well, Otis and Bob, it looks like we all have stuff to take care of here. I don't mind helping any of you out because I don't know where Clarissa is. So I cannot go find her.
And your message just said, like, I miss you.
Yeah, it was like, we need to talk. That's fine on her, and I want to kill her, but I can't. I don't know how to find her right now. So maybe one of your guys' people can give us some information on that. So
Yeah, it feels like the Prince thing is most urgent.
Let me give you just a quick reminder or a quick summary of all the places that you've had access to so far or invitations to.
Yep.
You've got Prince Delacroix's mansion, which
that's
is
through Bob.
Right.
correct. The Delacroix mansion, that is the prince's personal haven, and that is on the edge of Carmel, and it's in an old Masonic lodge. You've got the Union 86, which is a place to go for information or
And pizza.
just like rubbing elbows with the locals, right?
Is that Cass?
The Union
No, that's
86,
my
that is
bad.
Jen's bar.
Okay.
Jen Trucks. You've got
They call her that because she got dumps like a truck.
You got the Underground Network, which actually I think I called something else earlier, but it's
You did. It was Underground Court.
the Underground Court. Yes, that's the Inner Circle. The location is called the Warren. Sorry. And
That's Father Scab's
yeah,
jam.
the whole location is called the Warren. His inner court is the Underground Court, and then his like more specific kind of followership is Father Scab's church. And then you've got, oh, I'm sorry, Delacroix Mansion is not the Masonic Lodge. The Elysium is the Masonic Lodge. Delacroix's mansion is a mansion on the outside of Carmel. And then you've got the yard, the salvage yard, which is a salvage yard. That's where the Bruja have invited you to. Then you've also, I think that's it, actually. That's not
And
accurate.
that the
you've got your own
salvage yard
spot.
is Cass.
Salvage yard is Cass. Yeah. And those people should be in your relationship map.
Right. I'm just taking some notes.
Cass Blevins, Torch. Yeah.
Okay. Well, fellas, you just want to like head to Union 86 and talk about what things are pretty calm here now that Otis, you got the rats gone. We got my room locked up. I mean, we've got some stuff. I have some free time to help you tonight. Just want to take a beat.
You guys want to take a quick game of Smash Brothers?
Otis is like, he's a gamer. I don't see why not, dude.
I just, Derek said that, and we should go to my room because Derek's fucking in there. But like, he said that. It sounded kind of fun. Anyway, no, look, it'd probably be better for the story if we just go somewhere and maybe not even go to Union 86, just go straight to the prince, because I mean, it seemed like a pretty direct summons, and I don't want to get my fingers broken.
Well, why don't can we stop at Union 86 for a bag of blood?
Hell yeah, man!
I don't know. Are they vampires there?
Let's fire it up.
Well,
At
what do you want?
Union
Are you wanting to feed?
I think one of my things is I feed in private.
Is that a
like Rocky?
I think it's Vein Tapper. You find the act of feeding extremely personal and cannot take blood from mortals while being observed. So I'm not asking them to like go out and
You're shy peer kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm a shy peer.
Yeah.
But I just want to know for like the story, is Union 86 like vampire friendly?
Yeah, there's a whole underground. There's a whole downstairs that is vampire exclusive.
Okay. I mean
the back room, but it's actually downstairs.
Are any of you guys want help with something right away, or do we want to go talk to the people at Union 86 and see if we know what we're getting into?
Let's go check the vibe, man.
Let's go there.
All right. I assume
what's our
on our
transportation
way
set?
to the prince's
right.
palace.
Corbin owns a pedal cab, and when we go places, we have to all.
I do not have driving as an ability. Did any of you pick that?
Scooter, like we do when we're in Indy.
I mean, as far as like a measurable skill, if we need to get out of somewhere, I can't help with that.
Bob, do you have any drive?
Where would I find that at?
And physical.
Middle screen. Not attributes, skills.
Yes.
Thought you might.
Tango Uno.
All right. So we hop in. Bob's car. So I think we said mine's south side my inn.
I'm a cautious driver, unlikely to make any mistakes.
Perfect.
And what's your drive skill level?
One dot.
Okay.
And
so now
what's your drive?
Here's what I mean when I say is a prime example of when I say like to save your experience points until you see what happens through gameplay. You now know that you were a member of a biker gang. So adding to your drive would be totally reasonable at the end of this, because you're like, oh, I'm probably a good biker.
Right.
And I probably have a motorcycle.
Yeah.
That's all cool with me. I'd say between the three of you, and based on like what's been described as your financial situation, it's likely that Corvin has a modest car. But Bob, you probably have a motorcycle. Otis, you would say you do not have anything like that.
Can I get one of those train carts that you push up and down the seesaw thing?
I think it'd be really cool if you pushed around some belongings in a grocery cart. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea.
But I mean, you guys probably could.
My favorite book is The Road. Leave me alone.
I like the cover. All right, so what's the situation? You guys riding with
Yeah, Bob, can you drive us over?
Yeah, I'll drive us over.
What's the tunes, Bob? Driver
Ooh,
choosing.
Yacht Rock.
Oh, Yacht Rock.
Yacht Rock.
Bob's driving the car.
Yeah.
I guess typically, Corbin, would you have your? I will say too. You mentioned Mr. How do I keep forgetting his name?
Tainer.
Mr. Tainer.
Mr.
I'm gonna
Tainer,
leave a note for him.
He's your retainer. I think you let's just say you largely respect his need to sleep during the night, but he is available at all times to call and come do retainer things for you. He's your Guillermo, right?
Right.
Okay, so you guys drive, and you are you wanting to head straight to Unit 86, or do you want me to give you any areas between? Are you trying to stop and feed, or are you just heading straight to the place?
So what is
I'm good to head straight
everybody's hunger level?
1.
Everyone's hunger level is 1.
Well, how was Otis's 2?
Because he used the power, roused the blood, and failed.
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
but we good.
Okay, cool.
Had that meat sack.
You're on your way driving to the Union 86. You're a careful driver, so I'm not going to put you at any risk of getting pulled over or anything like that.
I put a leg in the fridge before we left.
Oh, in your fridge?
In
You're in Derek's fridge?
Right.
Okay.
I feel like I have a secret fridge.
You want a secret fridge? All right, cool. So you're driving there. You kind of know how it is. You're driving past hotels, convention centers, football stadiums, restaurants, all that. It's a weekday, so not a lot of nightlife going on tonight. No events in particular. Not any large ones anyway. So there's not a lot of people out. Just enough about what you'd expect for a 10:30. You arrive at the Union 86, park your car, get out. You see there's a person kind of like standing near the door, leaning casually against the wall. But they look like maybe they're, any human walking by might suspect that they are just outside chilling, at the bar, but you guys know secretly that they are a vampire watching over the place and just kind of taking notes of who's going in and out. You all recognize each other. They just give you a nod. You nod back. And you enter the Union 86 bar. Now, inside of the bar, Jen is working. It's a pretty slow night. There are a few, tables like the booths in the back have, a politician you recognize or a businessman you recognize meeting with a couple other people maybe that you do or don't. That's not unusual. That's exactly the same kind of thing you see any night of the week when you go here. And then a few people at the bar that maybe just alone, drowning in their sorrows, have been coming here for years. Why they know about this place and why this is how they managed up to get here, who knows? But Jen makes eye contact with you when you walk in, looks around, goes ahead and nudges towards the back room door, and you may proceed how you like.
I go to the jukebox and I look for the song "Jarlene" by Dolly Parton.
Oh man! Oh, you love Dolly. She's one of your touchstones.
Dolly,
yeah.
Man.
Yep. So yeah, you find it. Scrounge around in your pockets. Let's do this. Let's do this.
We're saying in Alt America timeline, the song is called Jarlene.
Yeah. Jarlene. Okay, cool. I like that actually. Let's see.
Can you put the Union 86 picture up?
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Oh,
Thanks for the reminder. That's way necessary because this one's gonna get fucking boring. Let's go grab that Union 86. I want to write a song about the Union 86. Here it comes. Bangarang, Peter. The local 238 Union 86. So Otis, do you have any merits or items indicating that you have any amount of money?
I don't know of anything on the merits.
All right, give me a single die roll, success or not.
Regular. Yeah. One success.
Okay, you scrounge through your pockets. You manage to find one single quarter. Your last quarter.
I drop it.
Yep.
I
drop it in.
Cue up
Jarlene. Jarlene. There it is. The song's playing in the background. All right, what's next?
I love it. And then I'm cool to go in the back.
All right. Is everybody entering through the back door?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you guys wanted to come here. I mean, okay. You is there anything in particular that you're looking for? Anyone in particular you're trying to spot?
I'm looking for whoever runs the place.
Jen runs the place. She's upstairs.
Oh, she's upstairs.
Yeah. She rides both worlds. Right. She's a human, but she is in the know about everything. She's the spot.
Okay. I think we should ask her about if she knows anything about why the prince would be calling us. If it's a trap or not, I don't know if she would know that. But I think we should also ask, because Nate said something about arsons in some havens.
Right.
Yeah, we just search for some gossip.
Yeah. Let's play it cool. Let's just ask her if she knows of anything odd going on that she's heard about.
Let's hit the mechanics question first, Bob.
So if I have a flaw, is it my job to say, "Oh, this would be an area where it trips me up," or does that?
I would love you to remind me of that stuff until I memorize it for all three of you. Yeah. So
Okay.
if you think it happens, let's bring it up.
Because I've got a. So in the merits and flaws, if it's red, it's a flaw. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And if it's blue,
Well, hold on. Not necessarily. No.
I'm looking at knowledge hungry.
Okay.
And I'm just, since I'm seeking out information, I don't know if that's something we need to take into consideration.
Well, read it. What's it say?
It says you always feared you wouldn't have time to learn everything, but now that's problem solved because you live forever. However, the time to learn is not always now, though. You regretfully put a bookmark in your studies and attend to more life-threatening matters. At character creation, pick a topic with your character hungers to study. Which I don't know if I did that. Maybe I still need to do that.
Okay.
Okay, so this doesn't sound like it applies.
Probably not going to apply. Nope.
Okay.
All right. So you guys sit at the bar. Jin's wiping out a glass. Walks over to you guys. Hey, fellas, what'll it be tonight?
Can we have liquor?
Otis, are you talking? I cannot hear you.
I was talking to Becky.
That's fine.
Can we have liquor?
No.
I thought there was, yeah. Is that your rule or is that the book rule? Because I thought I remember hearing that.
Book
No.
rule, you will
Okay.
vom.
Yeah,
No.
but okay.
But we can drink water, something to look normal. Because I assume we're up top. We're at the human side.
Right.
We're in the vampire area, though, aren't we?
No, you're up top. You can sip on some things and keep some things down for a little bit if you employ Blush of Life. You all
Okay.
look dead right now.
Yeah. Okay, I want to do that. I want to do the blush of life so that I look normal while we're up here.
All right. Everybody want to do that?
Yeah.
How?
Okay. Everyone
Yes.
rouse
Sure.
the blood. Do a rouse check.
How do we do that?
Rouse check.
Top right,
rousing
there's
the
rouse check,
blood.
roll. Just click it. And then you look at what the roll,
Okay.
the roll is in the bottom
Okay.
left. It's one
Bam.
success or not.
One success.
Okay. Did it not cause you extra hunger? You all will successfully apply Blush of Life. This roll is whether or not you gain hunger from it.
All it says is one
I
success.
succeeded.
Okay, good. Great. Perfect. Bob?
I guess I'm looking at the very top where it says successes.
So, at the top
Sorry.
of the die roll area?
Yeah, when you click the die roller, it like adds another line. So the bottom on my screen, it shows like the last 3 rolls, and the bottom one that actually has the die is the one that you just rolled.
I'm
So
sorry.
you clicked where it says rouse in the top right of your character sheet?
Yeah, and I clicked
Okay,
roll.
now in the
Yeah.
bottom left,
Right?
is there a box with a red outline that says rouse, successes, colon, and then a number?
Yes, 0.
Okay, you gain a hunger.
Okay, so what do I do for that?
You click the
Next
next
hunger
available open box in the thing that says hunger, which is somewhere around the middle of your character sheet. Health,
there it
willpower,
is.
humanity, hunger, etc.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay, so I've got 2. Okay, I get it now.
she
now we all look alive.
yeah,
I'd
she
be like, pour us something that, like, we're just here to talk with you. Just give us something so we, this all looks above board.
Normal.
Okay,
Above board.
3 stokers it is. Understand? So she walks away,
Love it.
Bram Stokers.
grabs a bottle from underneath that you couldn't see before previously. Pours 3 of them, about 1.5 ounces in each, and slides them in front of you.
Bloody
Those should go down
Oh.
easy, boys.
Ooh, yeah.
What? Could okay.
I don't feel any real compulsion to have ordered a drink for myself. I don't know why Corbin did that.
It's for all of us. I am treating you, Otis. Get out of your video game mindset.
So wait, is a Brahm is it a thing we can drink and it doesn't have any
A
negative
stoker. It
effects?
has the least amount as possible.
So,
You'll be able to keep it down.
yeah.
You won't love it. If you want to nurse it and not sip it, that's also fine. I don't think you run much of a risk inside of the Union 86. But it never hurts
Good
to be
instinct.
safe and have a drink in front of you. People most likely won't pay
Yeah.
attention to whether or not you're actually drinking it, but having it is beneficial.
All right.
Um,
I accept it graciously in the manner that would be prescribed by the scripts that Vampire Behavior has.
Jen, we've seen some odd stuff tonight. You got a little time to chat?
You looking for the kind of information that I might be requiring payment for, or just a run-of-the-mill chit-chat?
It might require payment. Some of it seems kind of serious.
Well, let's see what you want to know, and I'll see what I think you can afford to know. Got other patrons speak up now.
Yeah,
So that's a
Otis.
pretty bold
Otis,
talk for somebody in
Otis,
biting
you talk to her.
distance.
Otis, tell her what you got going on first.
Yeah, no, I think what we're here to do is we heard a couple of rumors, and you Jen, and he winks at her. You know how I like rumors. There's some rumors that there was some arsons going on around town. Maybe I just want to make sure that we're not.
Otis, I
not-
tell you, I threw up in my mouth a little bit if I didn't think it turns you on. But I've heard a little.
Some spicy
I've
one,
heard a little
boys.
bit about. I've heard a little bit about some arsons going around. Seems it's all happening in those little whatchamacall havens for you guys. I can't say
So somebody's been targeting vamps. is
can't
what
say
you're
I know
saying.
much more than that unless you want to maybe pay up with a couple ounces of the red stuff. You know how the deal. So one thing Jen does is she requires for certain amounts of information, she'll hand you a little vial with a little needle on top that you can tap your finger to, drain a couple ounces of your blood into, and she actually sells it around the back alleys to some junkies who just love the stuff. They love the little extra power that it gives them.
Huh.
And you know all this.
As does that have a negative effect on us?
You're gonna gain a hunger.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, that sounds like.
And what
That's
happens
the
when you
payment
get?
she wants?
I'm actually I lean in close. It's close enough she can smell me. And I'm like, Jan, look at me. Just
I
Look
don't
at
want to, but go ahead, Otis.
just look at me. Do I look like the kind of person who pays for information?
You don't look much like a kind of person at all, Otis.
That's exactly what I'm saying. You know enough about our kind to know that my people were usually the ones with the information. Now, if you'll excuse me, I am gonna go find a rat to talk to, and I just go I walk out into the rain, and I'm just looking into sewers and shit, trying to find a rat to talk to. I don't expect to
Bob, I
succeed.
gotta say, I preferred your company when you used to come in here as one of the breathing.
Yeah, I know.
But he's good people, whatever
my-
you call you all.
my choices have been very limited lately. If I ask another question, I have to give up this.
Oh, it just depends on just depends on the level of information you're looking for.
Do you know who is setting the fires, or who is ordering them? Who's making the decision to set these fires?
Bob, I think that one's good enough for a vial. But hey, you don't have to pay.
Bleed him.
But you know it's all mutually beneficial. You get the information, I get the money. You don't mind helping old Trunks at the Union 86 now, do you?
Not yet. So we've also been summoned by Delacroix through his messenger, Nate. Does Nate have a last name?
Dempsey.
Why is that? look at something real quick. So, real quick reality check. When I was playing around with the character creation, I did like just an auto generate, and it gave me a character named Nate Dempsey. Is that like?
Yeah, that's just what I have.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Anyway,
shows how much I care about this character.
Okay. I keep hearing that name. I'm like, why do I recognize that name? That's why. Okay. Do you have any idea why he's called us? Nate said that it was something about giving us a promotion, but I'm not always really 100% convinced that the prince is always benevolent in his dealings.
How about this, Bob? What if because I know you so well, and we go back way back to when even you had a blood pumper pumping blood, doing its actual job in your body. I'll give you one.
You can tell she's really proud.
How about I give you one on credit, and you decide if it's worth the payment or not, and if you want to help an old gal out.
Okay.
Now, I don't know exactly who, because I think everyone's been a little bit too tight-lipped for this level of information, which usually means it's something big or someone important. But let's just say we don't think that these arsons have quite been random or accidental. It seems a whole lot like an inside job, and I think your buddy Cass has a lot more to say about that. I mean, of course, you already know that it's been the SI on on the arsons, right? Someone's at least told you that much.
Okay, what's the SI?
That's the Second Inquisition.
Okay.
And their job is to enforce the masquerade.
The Second Inquisition is much like the First Inquisition in rooting out evil and destroying it.
Oh, they're the humans. We're trying to kill us. Okay.
So they're driving, or she's saying that they're behind the arsons.
Yeah, that part seemed like common knowledge. Yeah. But how they're finding the locations, according to Jen, seems like they might be getting fed information.
Okay.
Information about like where the havens are.
This stuff's usually pretty tight-lipped.
Havens just means like hanging out. Like that's where vampires hang.
So
live.
Motel 69 is a haven, right?
It's your haven. Yeah, it's like your house. It's where you are safe, where you safely reside.
Our base.
Yeah. Okay. HQ on base.
What's Urban
doing? How does that answer my question? I didn't ask you about. I passed on the arsons question, and I asked you if
squeezer for more.
If so, I get that one for free because you're not paying attention to what I'm asking.
Yeah.
So I asked about
is this how you want to talk to your buddy Gin Trunks?
Well,
just checking here. You're supposed to be old pals.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't feel suspicious.
And also, I think there's no downside to all this bloodletting.
So why are you avoiding my question, Jen? What's going on?
What was the question I avoided?
Because I asked about, so the first one was the arson question, and it was like, oh, I need the little blood vial, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna pass on that. And then I asked about, do you know why we're being summoned to the prince? And that's where we made the deal about the credit. And that
right.
thing.
I went back and answered your first question. I had her go back and answer your first question because it seemed like you were going to keep denying payment, and I wanted to move the story along. So there's that. That's why I gave you a freebie.
Okay.
So nothing to it other than that.
Okay. Is there any idea who the mole is or how they're getting that? I guess you don't. You already
said you get one freebie there, Bob. I know one's a big number and all, but I think you can probably count those on at least one finger.
All All right. Okay. All right. I'm out. So do I owe the blood thing or no?
Hey, if you think the information was worth it, you pay what you think it's worth. But I wouldn't expect too many more freebies after this. Girls got to eat after all. And unlike you, I actually got to make my payments to eat my actual food.
Yeah, but everybody knows the Second Inquisition is behind arsons, so I'm not sure how.
Bob, I don't think you want to stiff a friend
Yeah.
on payment that doesn't hurt us in any way.
But it does, though, doesn't it?
You know what I mean? You get a hunger. So what? We're gonna be dropping bodies.
Okay, all right, that's fine. I guess I wasn't sure how bad. So remind me of the hunger thing. If you get to 5, that's when you go batshit crazy. Is that correct?
Yeah, if you get full hunger, you'll go into a hunger frenzy.
And then
yeah, you're at 3.
Any kind of frenzy that you go into, I gain control of your character until it's over.
Okay.
And I do have as much fun as I can with that. Heads up.
Okay, so I've got 3 hungers now.
You have 3 hungers?
Mm-hmm.
Well, now because I just paid.
Attention.
Oh yeah, I forgot that you failed your rouse.
Because I failed the rouse, woke up, failed the rouse, and now I owe. Well, I just paid. What's her face?
Give me a hot second here.
And I marked that. Oh shit!
You said mark that?
I marked it on my thing.
Bang that.
I'm gonna take my headphones off for just a second.
Yep, go ahead. I'm checking a roll.
His microphone is amazing. It's picking up all the way across the room.
Right. Thanks. It's the same microphone I have.
Oh yeah, I didn't even realize that he upgraded from the snowball.
Right.
I want to adjust the gain down on it a little.
It should be on the auto gain.
Later,
it is on the auto gain.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
Okay, just a moment.
Yeah, don't fuck with it now. That's a recipe for trouble. I was just when you were scooted to the other side of the room, I was like, wow, we can hear ice clinking around the
mouse
cup
fart.
Or whatever. Yeah,
I got a new setup. I thought I told you that. I think I just told you.
Okay. So, Yukon, anything you need to say?
Yeah, Jen. So they both told you they got stuff going on. I got stuff going on too.
Oh, that's why you're here.
Yep. So this might be a big ask, but you know anything? I think Clarissa's looking for me. You know anything about that?
Oh, no, there's a name I've not heard for a long time, and I hope she never shows her face in here again. What business do you have with Clarissa? Don't tell me. She's not your vampire mommy, is she?
Sadly, yes.
I'll give you this one for free. You stay away from her. I wouldn't even, whatever kind of, I can see the anger in your eyes. I've seen it in your kind before. You just try to tame it, son. Nothing good is going to come out of meeting with that lady. Nothing good at all.
All right. So if I want to stay away from her, where do I need to stay away from?
You clever son of a bitch.
Listen, I don't want to walk into any trap.
Last I heard, somebody saw her up close to Fort Wayne. But before that, I heard she was all the way over in Europe.
Europe?
Yeah.
He's only ever read that word.
Wait, is Jen a man?
No.
Okay. No. All right. You spelled it Gen. I didn't know.
Yeah.
She's from Transylvania.
All right. Okay. Well, thank you, Jen.
Can we make it a mobile? It's a mobile clinic that's on wheels, and then we'll just call it the Transylvania.
Yeah. All right. Pause on the inside. Okay. Otis, you walk around. You kind of like stomping.
Yeah.
You kind of stepping through little puddles of just murky water, bugs and little rodents scurry here and there. Nothing really catches your eye until you see one rodent come up, run on, like kind of walk on top of your foot and look up at you, and then run up and then run behind the building in an alleyway.
Well, I came out here because I wanted to not prolong the scene inside, but I will follow the rat.
Okay. Yep. You follow the rat around the corner. It runs up to a group of like 5 other rats. And they're all just like in a circle looking at this one really, really mangy, scruffy dog. Kind of a big dog. But they're like not angry with each other. They're like, it looks like they're like hanging out
with the dog.
Yeah.
And at this point in the story, I already have Whiskey, right? But he's just like
Whiskey's
at home.
Yeah.
Or okay. I just need to make sure you're not trying to introduce me to my pet. Oh, hey there, buddy. And I approach the dog in a manner consistent with the social norms of dogs.
Sniff his ass.
I bet you learn what is socially acceptable.
All right,
I do the normal thing, hand out, eyes down.
Yeah. So you do that. The dog kind of rears back and shows its canines. He goes, "Pet me with that hand, and you be bringing back a nub."
Oh, I didn't rouse the blood. I'm not talking to him.
No, it spoke to you out loud.
I understand that. Oh. All right then. Oh, well, how do you do, sir?
And you're a little stunned by that, obviously a little taken aback by the dog, and then pretty rapidly its joints start to snap into place and extend, and you are now recognizing that you were speaking to a gangrel in its wolf form as it snaps back into its humanoid form. It stands about right at about your height. It's not super tall, but really kind of thick and meaty, super hairy guy. He's got hair, nude. He's got hair like all over his face, not like a beard, but I mean like almost like it was like coming out towards his nose. Claws, hands are like claws, and also has like pads on his hand, almost like it's like his hand slowly somewhere in between a claw and a wolf's paw. His pointed ears and a tail, and then a long, huge patch of hair on its back.
I assume enough of a bush to make it modest enough for TV.
Yeah, and then like right in the middle of the bush, a micro penis. It looks like there's like a little acorn in a tall grass.
He's got a little dog penis in a pod. Yeah. That's the last thing to transform back.
Yeah.
Great. Well, so I just can you tell me as much as Otis would know about what the relation, like, is there any kind of special relationship between gangrel people and Nosferatu people, given that we both like dogs?
Give me just a second on checking
on
this guy.
Yeah, he doesn't seem super friendly.
Well, he's not unfriendly. They're just kind of wiry. I'm just looking at this one in particular. Okay, so in general, y'all are friendly clans.
Thank you.
Both Anarch clans, but both Anarch clans, the gangrel are a lot more in solitude. Kind of go off and be in the wilderness. May sleep underground, find a cave, something like that. Sewer, that kind of stuff, but not as frequently as the Nosferatu. But to see them hanging out together, not the strangest thing in the world.
Sure. Okay. Well, I wait for this person to. I just gotta like stand there stupefied and wait for them to tell me what their deal is.
He looks down and goes, "It'll grow back. It always takes so long to grow back. Ignore it." He walks over behind a dumpster and grabs an old backpack with old like band patches and shit on it, like from 80s bands, like little anarchy patches and things like that. Grabs out some clothes, throws on a pair of torn old like raggedy black jeans, and just a scroungy old Misfits t-shirt, let's say that. And studded leather belt and a couple wristbands it puts on. It's like, so now that I'm a little more modest, where can a guy eat around here? I got thrown out the front door of this place, and then I ran into your buddies here, but unfortunately no one here could tell me where to go. And he looks down at the rats, and they all kind of scurry around like they're afraid he was going to attack them, but they calm down. It's almost like they're flinching at him.
What would I assume it means if he got thrown out of the Union 86?
I don't know.
It's probably being an asshole. I was
probably,
assume.
But you don't recognize him either. And I think the question of where can he eat around here has implications.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you new in town?
Yeah, I just came in off the Greyhound. I hopped in underneath and rode on the bottom for the last 60 miles or so. That's all I could manage to get after I woke up.
Yeah, you're making a weird thing with your face where you look like real hungry. Is that what's going on? What's your... You looking to eat?
I'm looking to eat.
Looking to eat, huh? Well.
And
just kind of like...
This place isn't exactly a Waffle House. I expected to see a lot more edibles inside and not so many peers, as it turns out.
I like your funny words, Magic Man.
Anyway,
what's your
no dogs allowed sign?
Oh, I get it. Because you're the...
You're a quick one, aren't you? I haven't met the prince. Where does he allow newcomers to feed?
The prince. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Hey, you know what? Now that I just thought of it, we're going to see the prince right now. Why don't you just come with? What's your name?
The name's Creed.
Creed. Oh, I love that band.
Now.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Okay. I do understand that. Where does the prince allow newcomers to eat?
He doesn't. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah. They got to present first.
Sorry, Buckaroo. No can do. You gotta present first, as we say around here. You gotta go show up to the prince.
What about is there any blood banks or anything? Or surely you can feed in self-defense? You can.
Yeah, I guess you could do that, but that doesn't really seem like your circumstance right now. We got any money?
So he's looking around. It's getting later in the night, or actually earlier in the morning. It's about 2 a.m. now. And there are some, I don't know if they're like just some kind of like they're either homeless or they're druggies or whatever. I don't know, but they're like a couple building entrances down in the alley, all huddled together. He's like, "I'll be right back," and he hits a gallop and kind of jogs, a very strange kind of jog. It's like halfway a jog, halfway a gallop, right? And goes over to talk to. You think he's just gonna rip these people to shreds, right? But he goes over and communicates with them, and then runs back to you. They get all riled up and they're all like smacking each other's chest and stuff like that, and kind of hooting and hollering, and then they just run around to the front. All right, back to the front. Bob, Corvin. So you're finishing up your talk with Jen, and you hear some like commotion outside. Somebody screams. Otis, you hear this as well. Then somebody comes running through the front door holding a knife. And they run up to, let's say Jen has already walked away from you guys back to the front end of the bar. The girl reaches over, or she runs in, reaches over, grabs Jen by the neck of the shirt, pulls her close, and holds the knife to her neck. And it's like, "Where's the blood at, you bitch? Give us more of it now. We heard you have a whole stock back here, that's fresh and new tonight." And Jen's trying to struggle, like, hey, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have anything like that tonight. It's all out. I told you. Run totally dry. Oh man, Otis dipped out. Fuck you.
I feel like you should intervene.
Then intervene. Well, you want to wait for Blake to return?
I'd like to. Because Jen's my hoe.
Yeah, man.
And so this is a mortal person, right? One of the junkies you mentioned.
I didn't mention any junkies.
You said that the...
To you.
Yeah, you did. You said something about like the little vials that she collects that she can sell to people who... Like, I guess, I don't know.
I told you about that on one occasion, right? On a separate occasion, I told you that somebody ran in and just grabbed Jen by the neck. You drew the inference that it's a junkie. Because I also told Otis, I told Otis that there were junkies and they were running around the front, but you didn't. But Bob doesn't know that.
Okay.
I know it's a little bit convoluted when you hear everything that happens. You have to act like you're not omniscient.
Yeah. I wonder if there's a way we could I guess we could just like take our headphones off. Like
Nah,
if you just want
to do that.
If you just want to tell one person one thing.
Well, I tried to message Black on the side, but he must not have seen it.
Oh.
But we can use Discord for secret messaging.
Yeah.
I mean, where the fuck this cat just go to? Right when we're about to do a battle. Maybe.
Nah.
I guess you don't have to.
Is he chatting with us in Discord?
That's what I was going to see.
I might use this time to go get a refill.
Go ahead. Let's take a quick break.
All right.
All right. Hello, Otis. Now we're waiting on everybody else to get refills.
What the fuck kind of live show is this?
I know, right? Hey, I've tuned into live Twitch is where people are just like
just eating a
Yeah,
thing of
just reading
noodles.
something, Like, oh, what up, fam? Forgot you were here. Thanks for the follow. Oh, thanks for the $50,000 tip.
Oh, hey, Unpleasant Fishnet 278 TW, cheap viewers on streamboo.com. Thank you for the super chat. $10.
Are we back?
Mostly.
He's back.
Earlier, Becky brought me this pizza, and I immediately put this extra spicy hot red pepper on it and didn't have a drink and bit into it, and then just was like, got a full blast of pepper right in the whole mouth area. And I was trying to hold it together to that scene about the dog man. Got a little rough there. It really bothers me that Otis's name is that I chose it, but that his last name is Shagwell, and I just feel like the character needs to. He should have said Shag Good.
Shaggered.
Shagwell is
proper.
Shagwell is too grammatically correct for this character. Yeah.
Otis Shag.
Shag Gooder. All right, so
You can change your name. It's called in-game mechanics. That'd be referred to as your mask.
No, Shagwell I think is actually a much better thing. It's called a mask.
Yeah, most vampires have a mask name that's not like what their living name was.
Mm-hmm. And then they also have a drag persona as well.
That's pretty much what it is.
So all of the little werewolf stuff that Otis is up to in the back alley, we don't know what that's about, right?
That's correct.
Bob and I have just been inside.
That's correct.
All right. But some junkies busted in the mortal side of Jin's place, yelling about getting blood.
Again, it's likely, but you drew the inference yourself that they are junkies.
Right. Just because that's the kind of behavior. Yeah.
It is junkie behavior, and they were demanding the drug blood.
Right.
It's reasonable.
Right. Oh boy. So, storyteller.
Yes.
You generated this image, right?
Yeah.
So what was your prompt? Like, give me an example of how you prompted this.
All right, just a second. I'll read it for you.
Ooh, you still have it.
Yeah. Okay. Where you at, Uni? Okay, first thing I did was I asked ChatGPT to write me a description based on the vision I had for it. To write me a prompt that would give me the view give me what I wanted, because I didn't want to fuck around with experimenting, right?
Okay.
So what I have is I need a gritty noir horror punk illustration or realistic image that fits this description. Tucked beneath a rusted elevated rail spur just west of downtown, Union 86 occupies what used to be a modest union hall for local steel and rail workers. And then there's like 2 more paragraphs of stuff. But it's
so then it gave you a description of that, and then you plugged that description into an image generator.
Yeah.
So you couldn't even think of what to tell the AI. You had to have the AI tell you what to tell the AI to tell the AI.
So what I told the first AI,
brain dead.
What I told the first AI was that I'm playing this game in particular, and said like, I've got a character that owns a bar that's seedy. Here's the purpose of the bar, and here's what the clientele are like, and here's what it's called. Can you give me a description of it and a prompt to generate an image? And then I just copied the prompt and the description into the image generator. That's using your brain.
I feel like I used my brain with Jen earlier. I hope that was pretty good. I'm pretty proud of that.
Yeah, it was impressive.
The best thing you can do with your brain is make it use less processing power. That's what it tries to do anyway on its own.
We're all going to be so dumb in 5 years.
You'll live longer that way.
All right.
What kind of life will it be, Blake?
I don't really care. So it fucking bother me a bit. All right. So back on situation as described. People come, grab by the collar, pull in. You said to be fresh. You said to be some fresh red in here tonight. Give it up, bitch. Come on, I'm not fucking around.
Okay. Bob said he wants to step in.
So yeah, I mean, step in whenever you want. Here's the scene. Woman, just basically skin and bones, but like super hyper and jittery. Is holding on to Jen, and is almost got her. She's pulling her so hard. She's up on her tiptoes, and almost looks like she could easily lift her off the ground. She's holding a knife to her neck. There are clientele, a couple people that were at the bar. They're just scattering, like falling. They're drunk, tripping over their feet to get off their bar stools and try to run out the front door. As you look over to the front door, you see scuffle happening out there between the door sentry and some other people that were outside trying to get in. Only one of them happened to make it in. The people in the booths are just kind of like looking as a couple others, maybe their bodyguards presumably, jump up to like kind of step in the way of them and in front of them and potentially even usher them towards a back door. And you guys take action. Go.
Okay. So I'd like to I'm not sure if I'm going to say it the right way, but I have Eyes of the Serpent, which says the eyes of the vampire turn into slitted serpent-like orbs, able to freeze a mortal, freeze a mortal, meeting the vampire's gaze in place. So I'd like.
But you got Medusa eyes?
Well, I don't know. Does she have like serpent-like eyes?
I mean, yes.
I don't know how that's relevant, but I guess whatever it is, it causes the person on the other end to freeze in place.
But you may have.
Well, I can either do that or. Okay, so I also have this thing called Rapid Reflexes, which says that I can perceive events instantly and can react to them with superhuman alacrity. I was getting ready to say alacrity.
I'd say before you go too far down that road, I would just say, like, what do you want to do to take action in this situation? Just in broad terms, without worrying about what's on your sheet.
So there are other humans here, right? Or there are other mortals, right?
A couple.
And one of our goals is to not let people know we're vampires, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so let's go with the Eye of the Serpent, because I think I can do that a little more incognito than with Rapid Reflexes. I think that would be noticed a little more. All right, so what do we do?
Okay, so your rules there say that you've got to lock eyes with the subject.
Yeah, and so the plan is for me to lock eyes, and then the other two. Is Otis back in their building? Or is he still outside?
Otis is outside.
Okay.
It depends a little bit on how fast all of this unfolded, because at the moment I feel like he just kind of stood there confused until like actual attacks.
Okay, we'll pause the front for just a moment, just since action is starting to happen. Okay, Otis, you see the junkie people get pumped up, screaming, hooting, hollering, running around the front, and then
and just to be clear, the dog man went and talked
Creed,
to them.
and then he came back to you, and he goes, licks his canines. He's like, "It's about to be feeding time, Otis," and then he starts running towards the front of the building.
Yeah, I don't do anything to stop him. This is Nunya.
Okay, you coming back around, or are you hanging out in the alley?
Yeah, I mean, I'll walk towards the like main entrance.
While Bob's deciding what to do, I would also give your disciplines a once over.
Okay.
I'm I have
I
something to not do.
I do know what I want to do. I'm not clear how to.
Okay, so you want to do your Eyes of the Serpent, right?
Yes. And
Okay, but
with-
you've
with
got to lock
the-
eyes with this person. This person is very intently staring across the counter at Jen with a knife on her neck. That's going to be your most. That's probably going to be your most difficult part of this encounter. So let's explain how you want to go about engaging in eye-to-eye contact and issuing.
So she's on our side of the counter, right?
The woman is, yeah,
No.
not Jen.
I think I just give a simple, hey, hold on. Just kind of get her attention because if she's hopped up, she's probably very responsive to stimuli and would probably at least look my direction if I said something, maybe in a little harsh voice or like, hey, calm down or something like that. Something to get her attention. I think that would be fairly easy to do. I don't know.
All right, you're looking at her from the left side. Okay, she's down at the end.
So she's on my left.
You're on her left.
Okay, all right. That's kind of how I was.
Let's say going into that door, you guys are further back into the building than she is, right? She's at the front of the bar here, close to the door, holding on to Jen. She quickly points the knife at you and goes, "Shut up and mind your own fucking business, or you're gonna get cut too." Gets the knife back to the throat of Jen.
And she's saying that to me.
Where is it? Yeah, to you.
But why can I not in that instant lock eyes with her?
Got her.
No, she's looking at Jen. She's just like pointing the knife at you to talk to you.
So she's not looking at me.
No, I mean you're at the end of a bar and she's engaged with the person directly in front of her. Have you seen like have you seen any old vampire films where they're basically like to their victim?
Yeah.
Do what I want to do.
Yeah. That's kind of how I have to do it.
Pretty much.
Okay. Then how many people are in my immediate area?
Here's what we're gonna do first, Bob. We're gonna build a dice pool for you on your character sheet.
Because
Okay. The dice pool is going to be. Hold on. I got to restart background music. Might have an audio issue here for a second.
there you go.
Okay. Your dice pool is going to be willpower.
Okay. So you're gonna have to. So I click on the dice. Right. The little bottom left. Right. Correct.
Yeah. I don't think you can. You click your willpower? Okay, actually, yeah. This actually works really well. No, so click the number on your willpower, so that your thing on the right flies out.
Okay. So click the number 4.
Yeah, if that's what you have for willpower.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, you had to fly out, right?
Now, the little window that opens up from the right hand side.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah, you're gonna click roll resist frenzy.
Okay.
Damn, Blake is gone again. What the fuck?
Okay.
He's gonna make the end of this last an hour. And did you how many successes do you have?
It says 1.
1 success. Oh, Bob, time to have some fun, brother, man. All right. So you are entering. Okay. So Bob the Brujah builder, man. Oh gosh, I feel like we gotta wait for Otis for this one.
Okay, we can.
All right.
Did he say what the problem was?
No.
Should we designate like when we're on stream? Is it podcast 6? Oh, should we like designate a certain channel to go on if we do have problems getting on? Because we have so many. I guess that's what podcast logistics is.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we have a chat here that should work. We have chats all over the place. Any of the chats would work.
But if he keeps getting kicked off of the stream though.
Oh, he's not. He's still there. He's just turning his camera off. And
Oh, okay.
the fuck nut. Let's see.
The folk pop filter.
All right, you back, Otis?
Yeah, sorry. Local emergency.
All right.
No.
Hey, no worries.
Everything's fine.
All right. Perfect. Somebody throw up. Dog poop
No.
his pants. All right. Okay, so Bob the Bruja. You're already a little hungry. All right?
Right.
A little hungrier than usual. Lots of things are causing you to like you get a little extra stimuli happening with all this stuff happening with local events, you know.
Right.
And starting to stress you out a little bit. On top of all that, you literally just now gave some of your blood, and that makes you a little extra hungry, a little extra irritable. You didn't like the feeling of getting your skin pricked. Just everything's setting you on edge tonight. And then this lady comes crashing in. Not only that, she's got a knife to the neck of your friend,
Right.
and tells you to shut the fuck up and sit down. At this point, you just can't take it anymore. Your anger gets the best of you, and you've got to lash out. Now, mechanically, here's what's happening. Okay, Beast is taking over, Bob.
Okay.
You can still control your character. This isn't a me situation. Just because I want to let you go through it. I could take him over in a frenzy, but I won't. I think you'll have more fun playing it. Okay. You can spend a point of willpower. So that means you'll click your willpower and knock your willpower down temporarily. These slowly regain over gameplay sessions and other reasons. But you can spend a willpower to take control of your character from the beast for one turn at a time. Okay, if you really, really need to. Otherwise, you can choose to just ride the beast. Ride it out. If you want to have fun doing that, that's what I probably would suggest.
Okay.
If you want me to control it, go ahead. If you want to try to mellow yourself out, then spend the willpower. But that's what's going to happen. You can only use physical disciplines. You can't use any mental disciplines or social disciplines right now, but you'll have an increased dice pool to resist mental disciplines if you need to. But that's going to happen right now.
Meow.
And then
is this happening because Bob got more hunger, or just because
he got more hunger, and because he's going into a fury frenzy right now. He's also he has a violent temper bane as a Bruja vampire, so it's going to happen to him a little more often than you guys.
So you're telling me that he was probably not the right person to encourage to give blood to Jin?
Right, and then I had to get attacked by a junkie. So
hey, we live and learn, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go ahead and do the ride the beast thing. Let's see what that does.
Okay, write it out. First, I'll give first action to you, and then Corvin, you're up.
I don't know what that means.
So we have to kind of act in turn.
Okay.
Right. I mean, this is not as tactical as D&D, so we don't have to go like Bob, Corvin, Otis, but somebody has to talk first, and then we have to resolve actions, right? So if you guys want to say what y'all want to do, that we can decide how it unfolds.
I think Bob, what he's saying is that he wants you to control the chaos. So you're going ape shit, but like specifically, what do you do?
Yeah, this is role play.
Now, do I
You do
consider anything on my screen? Okay,
I'm just gonna consider.
Okay.
Consider in this moment specifically, I would consider your physical attributes, your physical skills, and your physical based disciplines.
Okay, so
you can consider it, but don't feel like you have to be married to it. Like you are not required to say a thing from your screen every time you take an action. Just like,
but
imagine who your character is and tell us what they're doing. You know what I'm saying?
okay, so
Right.
I'm going to lunge for the lady.
Yep.
And attempt to disarm her. Is that?
But I think you're in the beast.
You're
right?
in a fury frenzy.
So you're not
might
taking controlled actions.
think-
He's saying,
Yeah, you're beast. You have bestial anger
Beast
right now.
mode.
Get more angry, Bob. Get
Oh.
more angry.
He's what he's wanting you to do is describe how you murder this person. I think.
Exactly. Your thoughts of preserving the masquerade are not there anymore.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You're a beast. You're angry.
Okay. So I'm gonna lunge at, and as I'm lunging towards her, I'm gonna say something like witty, or attempt to say something witty, like, well, yeah. God, I'm so horrible at this. I'm sorry.
You'll get better. Don't worry.
I say something witty about putting a knife at people's necks, and now I'm gonna put one through hers or something like that.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And so I go to grab, and so she's kind of holding it like this. I'm gonna do one of those.
All right. So it's the full length of the bar away. Let's
I've
see.
got-
You
I've
have
got the
celerity, right? And the rapid reflexes or whatever.
I got
right?
the rapid reflexes. Yeah.
Okay. So you perceive everything happening super quickly, but you get incredibly angry, lash out.
That's the heightened senses, but the rapid reflexes is. Oh wait, no, you're right. Sorry, disregard. That's not what I was thinking.
Am I? Okay. So
Sorry, you're right.
That's right. You sprint over there. Give me a dexterity plus brawl roll.
You're gonna have to help me through that. Sorry.
Yep. When I'm giving you rolls, they're almost always going to be an attribute plus a skill. Okay.
So I just click on the number then.
So you'll go up to dexterity, and
Yep.
when you hover over
Right.
and see a die icon,
Right.
you click it.
Okay.
Then you're going to go down and click the same thing for brawl.
I don't have anything there.
You have a 0 in brawl.
Yeah.
You click it anyway.
That doesn't seem good.
That does not seem good for your character. You might want to add that afterward. Okay, and then
for your brawling based character.
oh shit, dude, you're about to be so fucked because you've got 3 hunger too. Okay, so roll.
Okay.
What's your dexterity?
2.
Oh my god. And so so you just have only red dice going in? Is that what's showing?
Well, I don't see a dice yet.
You clicked dexterity, right?
Yes. So
And there are no dice
well, it there's the dice icon at the bottom left, and then it says dexterity plus brawl, and that's it. So if I click on the dice, I'm assuming it will open.
It doesn't say dice pool.
No. Do you want me to share my screen?
Wait, if there's no, click the die. That's how you open up the window that shows what's going on over there for your dice.
Oh,
rolls.
okay. So that's what I didn't do.
Is it open?
Yeah, now I opened it. Okay, now and then I go dexterity and brawl.
And it should say
So
dice pool
it
and
just
show
says-
like little diamonds of white or red.
Oh, there
color.
they are. Yes, I see 2 red diamonds.
All right. Good luck, Bob. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Hell yeah.
It says successes 2.
All right. And are they just 2 of the standard? Okay, look. Are they 2 of these? Singular onks. Are there any that have the double stars like this?
There's
And
If
Ken, do
there's
give
one
us
of
the
them-
vocabulary for what we should be calling those.
one
Successes.
One of them is like the second one you showed me, except the stars are like little inverted teardrops kind of shape.
All right. Share your screen.
Okay.
All right, where's
That's
the roll
not
you
it.
just did?
Sorry. That's not it. Sorry. God damn it. Stop sharing. Got too many screens.
You know, this music, it's given me some like weird vibes at points throughout this.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, like I feel like
I think
I've heard
that's it,
some
yeah.
whispers and shit.
maybe you
Mhm.
have. Maybe you have. Okay, dexterity brawl. Oh my god. All right. So you're getting what's called a messy critical.
Okay.
All right.
Let me
so
stop sharing.
yeah, you can stop sharing. Okay. Bob, this is a messy critical means you rolled a critical hit on your hunger die, but you were successful. Okay. So in most games, a critical hit would be like super successful. Explain why you're super successful. Here's the deal. You're in a fury frenzy and you had a messy critical, which means you're super duper successful in the way that's like the most Kill Bill explosively disgusting way possible.
Okay.
And
Love it.
so
Very narratively apropos.
exactly. So, but I got to throw in something bad with it. All right.
Okay.
So I want you to explain how you managed to achieve what you wanted to achieve, but also kill Jen in the process.
Oh goddamn!
you
Seriously, this soon into
And we're
If-
killing Jen already.
If you would please, how
What?
did you accidentally kill Jen in this
Yeah.
situation?
What?
Okay,
Bob,
so
hey, it's not me, it's Bob.
I told you guys we shouldn't have come here.
The fuck?
There, what
Okay.
happened? We just went straight to the prince.
shut up. You're next. So I lunged toward the lady.
Yeah.
And I grabbed her by her hair. And when I
Right,
did, and to wrench her around this way, and when I did, her arm kind of went into this centripetal motion
Hell yeah.
and did one of those across Jen's
Took
neck.
Jen's head completely clean off.
Yes. Yes.
with a pocket knife. It's a
Hell
butterfly
yeah.
knife.
Oh, I thought it was a longer one. Anyway, either way, deep
cut, and it was with the force of your vampire
with the knife
strength and
still in her.
celerity.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Okay. Corvin, that happened that happened really quickly. You just boom, massive stream of blood shoots out from Jen's neck as Bob ran past you, blasted into this woman, pulls her head back. He actually grabs her by the hair and pulls her head back so quickly that a major tear happens across the front of her forehead and rips part of her scalp off, exposing her top of her skull. As her arm slings out and cuts Jen's throat and spews blood all down the counter. So we're on you.
I think just a warning. I think we have to say unalived instead of killed.
Do we?
Yeah.
No.
So
I think that's a smart thing.
I'm gonna kind of. I'm gonna use Cloak of Shadows.
Nice.
Okay. Do explain. You don't have to read it all, just give me a quick
I'm
sum.
gonna stand perfectly still, and I blend into the surroundings, and it's like no one knows that I'm here.
All right, you got to
As
roll
long-
anything.
Nope.
All right, and there's
Cost
nothing.
is free.
And there's no difficulty added based on situations. as far as you
Duration
can
is
see?
duration is one scene, and I follow the general rules for obfuscate.
Obfuscate. Yeah.
It lasts until I move or am detected by other means. So only mechanical and supernatural means can detect me.
Okay.
I don't want to be noticed right now. I want to see kind of how this plays out and not compromise myself.
Sounds good. Otis, what's your deal?
I'm not totally sure. Is the situation outside is just that there's a brawl going on at the entrance,
Yes.
and it's some number of the people that we've been calling junkies
Right.
are what fighting the bouncers?
Yes. Bouncer.
Well, that doesn't seem like none of my business.
Right. And let's say you've walked far enough around where you can kind of peek at what's happening.
I walk over to where I can like look in the door because I intend to be like, "Hey, fellas, we about ready to blow this joint."
Right. So out front, what's happening is not vampiric in nature. This,
Right.
The bodyguard or the front guard is not like or we'll call him the bouncer. He's not frenzying or anything, so he's trying to maintain masquerade. This is very much he's toning it down. It's a street fight kind of look, but he's handling himself incredibly well. He's
dodging all the punches and
fending off, doing what a bouncer does, fending off some junkies, that kind of deal, giving them a nice one in the ribs, that kind of thing. Sends a couple of them walking. A few of them, two of them start to like kind of stumble and grab each other and run away, like, let's get the fuck out of here, right? Because they see what's going on inside. Go across the street, and between a couple buildings where you see Creed sneak out from behind a car and follow them into the alleyway. And then you peek inside and you see what I just described, the very end of what I just described happening with Bob. And you don't see Corbin inside anywhere, but you do see like a lot of other people. Let's call it like maybe 7 or so inside, like slowly just realizing what's happening as far as the bestial nature of it.
I walk in. Well, do I now have a clear shot just to step around whoever and walk into the bar?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. I walk into the bar. I would like to quickly scan what the breakdown is between what are they called, kin and
sure,
and so between vampires and peoples.
Sure, yeah. Let's say you gather there are 4 humans.
Okay.
Yeah, there's because some had filtered out over the course of the night, but in one of the booths there are 2, and then there are 2 on the ground that had fallen from the bar stools and are trying to get up,
crab walk away,
but they're also pretty drunk. Yeah.
Okay. And then with regard to the masquerade, do I have any sense of what the typical policy is for a situation like this?
That would be
with regard to human damage control.
Sure. There are vampiric disciplines to erase these memories. If there are any way you can think of not killing people to make it happen, that could be something you'd strive for. You could just kill the people and get rid of the bodies. It's also an option.
How does the prince feel about that?
You are allowed to feed, and if you're not drawing attention to yourselves in the masquerade, then I'd say you do an okay job. But if it starts to arouse suspicions, particularly in the Second Inquisition, then you're going to have probably
4 people going missing seems like kind of a problem.
Yeah, before junkies going missing, who knows?
Well, yeah, but the junkies I'm not worried about, which is why I don't even feel compelled to run down Creed and see what his deal is.
Sure.
Like if he wants to run afoul of the prince, that's no business of mine. I think. I wouldn't assume that they have vampire bad Samaritan laws, right?
Right.
like you gotta intervene and kill this guy because he's too hungry. I want to step into position behind the 2, not the 2 people that fell over at the bar, but the other 2 humans. I just want to step there and make sure that they don't leave while I'm looking around the bar to see if any other vamps are going to take charge of the situation.
You're looking to the 2 that are still in the booth and are not on the ground, you said?
Yeah, I just want to stand close enough to them that I can grab them and detain them if I need to for the masquerade.
Okay. It's as you're assessing the situation and trying to put yourself in a smart position, you do recognize
Way out of
that
character.
of the two people that were in the well, I don't think it's too out of character to snap to and kind of be make some good vampire decisions whenever you need to, because you've been
I
doing this
just
for
love
decades, right?
I just love playing dumb characters so much.
Sure. You might get your chance, because what you notice is as you walked in earlier, I said you noticed, there's some politicians and stuff in here. That one of the people in these back booths that you're going to look at is the happens to be the governor of Indiana at this time.
The current one?
Yeah, Michelle Gran. Michelle Gran, governor. Okay, and she's accompanied by her assistant as well in this booth, and she looks pretty terrified.
And this is you know what? Never mind. I'm just not even going to go anywhere near violence toward public officials. My plan is the same.
She's a fake public official. It's up to you. It's Michelle Gran. I didn't say it was like Mike Braun.
Well, I was getting
Michelle
ready to
Gran.
ask what political party she was affiliated with, and it just and then hinged the decision based on that, and I just didn't feel like that was going to go very well on her live recording that will be on the internet forever. So, same answer. I step into a position where I can detain them from leaving, but I don't act further.
Okay. She is really stammering over her words. Ken, are you able to? Are you going to hurt us?
Oh, I wasn't
Michelle's-
necessarily like, whatever. That's fine. Me? No, I'm just playing dumb. I don't know what you mean. What the hell happened in here?
Hey, look, we look at this place I'm in. I know you're kind. Are you going to protect us, or are you going to hurt us? I have plenty of power. There's a lot I can do for you if you make sure I get out of here alive.
Oh,
And her assistant's like, God, he stinks.
yeah, that seems chill. I think we can probably cut a deal. Because if she's saying, I know you're kind, I'm just like, yeah, that'd be just fine. And so I then turn and step in. I just turn and instantly go into like bodyguard mode.
Okay, cool.
I'm making sure no crazed junkies or deranged brujas with the beast under the beast influence do anything.
All right. Corbin, anything from you? Staying hidden? I like it. Are you like over there reading a Ted Williams book and you're like, Cloak of Shadows?
No.
Every time, yeah, I just extend my Cloak of Shadows for one game session. So I wasn't here.
No.
I was Cloaks of Shadowsings until I'm 200 years old and I can do what I want. All right, Bob, back to you. You know the position you're in.
I'm starting to realize that waiting for some other vampire to take charge might not have been the best decision. Go ahead, Bob. Take charge.
Okay, so
Your focus is on your victim.
okay,
If you want to care about what happened to Jen, you'll have to spend a willpower to take control of yourself for a turn. Or you can keep riding the wave.
so am I satiating anything while doing this frenzy thing, beast mode?
What do you mean? Like you like?
Am I reducing any? Like, is there any benefit that I'm getting from this?
Nope.
Like, is he feeding?
Like, am I
If you-
feeding?
Are you?
Bite its
All I heard was
bite the neck of its severed body.
You have to
great.
exert willpower to.
No, you could bite and eat. You can do anything physical freely.
Because
as long as
I
it's
thought
measured.
I thought the hunger
know
is
that-
what drove the beast mode.
We are in
Your-
the mortal.
That helps. Your anger drove the beast mode. Your anger is what drove your frenzy.
Okay.
I feel like you're his therapist. No. You get into
Your
these situations, and it's your anger that drives.
It's your fault.
Let me just give you a quick reminder on who your character is, okay?
Right.
I'm just gonna read your Bane, which is titled Violent Temper.
Yeah.
The blood of the Bruja simmers with barely contained rage, exploding at the slightest provocation.
Okay.
This seemed like you were slightly provoked, right?
Yes. Right.
So then you rolled, you failed. You're in a frenzy.
Okay.
Then you rolled a messy critical. It's just baptism by blood and fire, pal. That's it.
yeah.
You just happen the dice. You'll learn
by
about the
experience.
fate of the dice gods, man. We can't control it.
Yep.
Okay. So if
These little things cause so much fucking mayhem.
so do I?
You want a hint?
I think all you got to decide is, do you want to try to control what's happening, or do you want
Or
to
just keep going?
let it go and just
Do I?
cause massive
All right.
destruction?
I'm gonna pause you real quick. No more questions. You are
Sorry.
writing a story, and this is the character you're writing right now. What are they doing? Don't ask. Just frenzy.
I'm just gonna say keep going then.
Yeah. In what? What are you doing? What does keep going look like?
So I ripped her scalp off,
Yeah.
and
That's now you're in the right path already.
I saw that
so-
happen.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy.
So I'm so I grabbed her by her head and I'm squeezing it and I'm yelling at her, "Look what you did to my friend!" And like her skull
Oh,
explodes.
you're giving her the mountain? Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Her skull does explode. Yeah,
And
absolutely it
so
does.
brains go all over the place, and I like just
Yeah.
reach in and just pull
Or
them
what?
out, and
Yes.
and
Yes.
and so the basin, so
Now
we
you're
call
doing it
those
right.
cranial fossa, start to fill up with blood, and I just drink it like a fucking cup.
Yeah, man. Okay. Let's do that.
I turned to Michelle
head-
Brown and I'm like, hey, gets like this sometimes. You just gotta let it ride it out. Don't worry about it.
Right. Okay.
All right.
So you're doing that, and you're like you want to just chug, just drink to a full belly, pot belly full.
Yeah, and I'm like, got her like this, so I'm like squeezing, so the blood.
Now you
like,
can't be stopped. Yeah, let's just.
so it's like filling up the cup.
Oh, you're fucking doing it like a popsicle. Just doing this number with it.
Yeah, it's like just
toothpaste.
squeezing it, and so it's
He
like
takes a bar stool, runs her legs through it, and then winds her up like a tube of toothpaste.
Oh yeah, dude.
there we go.
That's what I like to see.
Yes.
Try to see how you get out of this. I don't think it's gonna happen though.
It's at some point it should probably occur to one of us. I want to look a little closer at Jen. Did we decide her head is all the way off?
Her head's
just
not all the way
scalp.
off. It's Jen. Her throat's cut. I could say a couple inches deep.
Right.
So Bob,
Yeah.
go ahead and
Oh,
ahead and
not
clear-
Jen's
Yeah.
head is not like
you,
the
Bob, clear your hunger mechanically right now. You can totally feed up. But what are you guys doing at this moment?
Man, I feel like I gotta. I feel like I need to help Bob get under control. Can I like
Sun's getting real low, big guy.
what?
Sorry, like a Black Widow Hulk kind of thing.
Mhm.
Sun's getting
Yeah.
real low.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
What is that? This,
Yeah.
this thing.
There you go. Go
Yeah.
rub his underside of his penis like that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh,
Sorry, go ahead, I interrupt.
Yeah. So I run over to him and shake him and say, "Bob, we got to get out of here."
Okay, you go up to grab Bob by the shoulders. He's just chugging.
Is he healing? Is he?
Yeah,
carrying
he's
his-
totally full. He's got zero hunger going right now because he
nice.
took that life.
Okay.
Otis, you still standing guard? You got something else you're doing?
No, I'm gonna move to the door
Hey,
and take a look around I want to know where Creed is, and I want to know what the current situation with the junkies
Jesus
is.
Christ.
Can you take me
What up, Bob?
higher?
So I've got this thing on my merits and flaws called prey exclusion.
Oh, what's your prey exclusion?
It's pretty much fucking everything. You refuse to hunt a certain class of prey: drug users, women, children, policemen, innocents, a given minority or ethnic group. If you feed on such prey, you gain stains as though you had violated a chronicle tenet. So I
think you choose one of those to be your restriction.
Yeah, where those were examples, right? Or let's see here.
So so it's saying a certain class. So I won. So
don't worry, we're gonna ignore that in frenzy anyway.
Okay, so that's there. When I did choose that, I remember thinking to myself, in my mind, it was kids that I think was gonna be that. Okay, so that doesn't play into anything?
I was planning on exclusively eating kids, but I guess
there you go.
I guess we'll tone it down.
No, you can. Sure. I thought I had to pick one, but maybe not. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay, so
forget it then.
All in this same instance, I'll try to describe everything that's happening. Okay. So Corbin comes up and grabs you from the shoulders and kind of pulls you back enough to like kind of snap your head up from where you're drinking. You're covered, absolutely just covered in blood and just innards of all sorts. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The classic, like, from the face down to the front of your shirt or whatever. But he snaps, he pulls you back and snaps your head up to where your eyes are looking out the front door. Upon doing that, you see like another one of the people that are with the person you just killed. So another one of the junkies standing, looking in the door, kind of shocked, and goes, "Oh fuck!" and turns and runs. And like you see, like immediately run and like towards a car that's parked on the side, in front of the building there, and they start to hop into the front seat to start it up. Otis, you see this happening, but you also see, you look over to where Creed went earlier, and there is a dog standing there across the street, like watching the joint from that location. It is the same dog, so that is also still Creed. And you see this junkie run and get into the car, and also, as you're seeing it, two others running and jumping into the back seat.
Would he have had time to feed on whatever junkie?
Would Creed have had time?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Creed would have had time to feed.
Okay. So he's likely satiated.
It's a good assumption.
For the moment. And he's just standing there watching?
He's just standing there watching, yeah. Doesn't
seem to be chasing down more. Like he has the opportunity to chase down other junkies and doesn't attack them?
Right. And actually, one of them came from his side of the road running toward the car.
Okay. I wave to... Wait, the Yukon, you're woo-sawing, trying to get the Hulk under control. Okay.
Yeah.
I turn to Michelle Ground, and I'm like, "Hey, stupid dipshit, come over here. Where the fuck is your car?"
You guys have a car, right? But
no. Where's her car?
Okay. Who's the
I've fully accepted the quest to get the fucking stupid Republican governor of Indiana.
Sure.
In this alternate version of America, where Republicans are good guys, and this person.
I didn't say she was a Republican. It's just.
I know. It's
just Michelle Grahn.
I'm assuming I like her so much that I just assume that she's a member of the Grand Old Party. So
she throws you the keys. She goes, "It's the Plymouth Prowler parked out front."
It's a fucking. He throw the keys back at her. Like, I'm not fucking driving your car. I'll get you there safely. That's our deal. All right. Now come on.
She looks over to her assistant.
Did you say it was a Plymouth Prowler?
You drive. Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me? Why?
It's her favorite car from when she was in high school.
It's an amazing car.
And
It's really good.
Now she has one. Yeah. So, so you're going to guide her to the car in safety? It's right in
Yeah, I'm
front.
I'm doing everybody's favorite escort video game mission. I assume she's getting stuck on all the terrain on the way over there.
Yeah, she's like running into a wall.
Yeah, you have
Okay, Bob. Your bloodlust shifts from your current victim to the one who is running towards the car.
I don't care for that.
All right. So,
What?
Are we assuming that Corvin's attempt to snap me out of it has worked?
No, it just pulled your head up to where you can see what I wanted you to see.
Okay.
How,
You're not going to get snapped out of it.
Yeah, well, I mean,
So unless I
he took
spend
his
a
hunger to
willpower.
0.
Yeah, we'll get you out eventually.
Is
All right,
this
well-
typically how it goes? That it goes
Yeah, to go to the scene.
for okay, cool.
So, all right. So there was one of them. Can you remind me the one that there was one inside and they're running out of the door?
He was standing in the doorway looking inside, and when you looked up and saw it, he goes, "Oh fuck!" and
And
took off
and ran to
and
the
ran
car.
and got into the car.
And so this
Oh,
car is
the
now
monkey?
moving.
While you're basically you're sitting there like huffing and puffing,
Right.
trying to like get your brain around something.
right.
And that time period, they get into the car, start it up, and action.
Okay.
And the car, the person you're talking about, you're not saying that Bob is trying to chase the governor of Indiana, right?
Correct,
Okay.
Right. Just so that. Okay.
Mrs. Gron. Corvin, you are also noticing. Plus, you're not in a frenzy, so you can actually note that this is your car.
They're
Okay.
boosting our
Oh.
car.
So that makes me enraged even more because now.
That's what I like to hear, Bob Van Hex.
So my friend just got killed. Now these fucking
By you.
morons are stealing another one of my friend's car, or my
car.
friend's car.
Mhm.
So now I just fucking bullet towards the one.
Yeah, let's hear it,
We
Corvin.
we need that car back, so I'm not sure I'm going to try and stop him. Let him go.
I'm not sure you can trust him around your car at this turn.
Oh,
So I get
Yeah,
there.
I mean-
and there's 4 people in this
I
thing?
do try and stop.
There are
I don't want him to destroy my car.
there are more than one.
What side are they on? I mean, the one's obviously in the driver's seat.
One's driving, the others are somewhere in the
so I
car.
run up and bash my arms through the driver's side window and
Oh,
the
yeah.
the rear passenger.
So that's your intent, right? Okay, so
so
you're chasing.
Yes.
Okay, so you start to run out the front door as the tires are squealing and the car starts to take off.
Yes.
So the car is now moving and you're going to be chasing it on foot.
Okay.
I'm just going to say that's where we're at. So that you have a little bit of time before they reach maximum speed. I said it was a bit of a beater of a car.
Right.
Otis, you're over by. You're now loaded up into the Prowler. The assistant is
Yeah.
driving. Are you getting in, or you just make sure they got
Hell
to the
no.
car?
Nope. I close the
Okay.
door. I
You
turn
get the car?
and I survey the situation.
All right, and
How?
She hands you a card and goes, "This is my special card. Don't lose it."
Um.
And then she
Okay.
rolls the window up,
I take it.
and they prowl out and go the other way down the road.
Okay. They prowl out. Get the fuck out of here. How far away is the other car?
Not
just
far.
starting to
It's
move.
kind of like it's just now starting to. I mean, they slammed the gas, pedal to the metal, tires are squealed. They caught, and it's just now starting to pick up speed to dart out of here.
Probably more than 10 feet away from me, though, right?
Let's call it a 3 car lengths.
Okay. They're peeling out. Bob's on them.
Yeah, he may be able to catch him. And then Corvin, your deal was you're trying to stop Bob.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
By what
yeah,
by what method?
Grabbing him.
Okay.
Bolo.
My strength is at a 3. I don't know if that matters.
Yeah, I've got strength of 2.
Says you might be able to break open a wooden door, a large human, an empty coffin, a refrigerator.
All right.
I'm gonna also give chase, and I'll put the governor's card in the front pocket of my overalls as I run.
Okay. So you're okay. So
Does it zip up? Does a pocket zip up?
Is
It's got a
anybody
button,
is
but
anybody
it's
running?
broken.
Does anybody running have celerity?
No.
Celerity.
Is that a
Yes.
discipline?
It's a discipline.
Yes.
Okay. And what level of power do you have with that?
1.
No.
Just the rapid reflexes? Or
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's not going to play in here. Okay. So Bob, you feel you start to take off, and you feel someone grab you from behind. Do you intend to resist and keep running, or are you going to try to get control of yourself? Riding the beast or trying to control?
I wanna. Well, it's kind of getting out of control. I feel like I need. Well, I'm still not lucid, right? I'm still kind of under this trance, right?
It's not full on trance, since you always are at least a little aware of what's going on, because you can you're enough aware that you may see value or like a need to control yourself, and then try to exercise all of your willpower to do it. That's about the extent of it, but otherwise you're riding the beast.
So if I chase it riding the beast, my goal is to kill them.
Probably.
But if I chase it with some willpower, it may be I can now start thinking about ways to control the situation without killing them, right? Is that kind of how that would go?
I would say you're maybe, I don't know. You're not rational right now. You're only rational if you spend the willpower. And you get one turn to clearly think about it.
Okay, I want to still keep going then.
Okay, I need Corvin and Bob to both roll strength plus brawl and tell me your total successes.
Okay.
And if any, by the way, the skull is a 1. Let me find it. That's only on hunger dice. That's a 1. Let me know if you roll that. And the Ankh with the little teardrops or whatever are 10s. Let me know if you roll those.
Where's brawl?
Physical. Also, make sure you guys are telling me if you have any specialties or anything. That's the little S.
I don't think I've got anything. Any kind of specialties here. None of my stuff is really strength.
This is just a grapple contest.
Yeah, I got 1 success, and I got a red die that's got maybe an Ankh on it.
Yeah, a regular Ankh is just a success.
And then I've got a 1 black die with a dot on it.
Okay.
I've got 3 successes and.
All right, so that's all I need to know. Oh,
Okay.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. Do you have any criticals? 10s or 1s? Or 10s, I mean?
No, this just has the regular Ankh with
Regular Ankh.
3 next to it.
Okay, so you go to grapple, you get a hold of him for a second, and he's just too into it. He breaks away just by running. He doesn't really turn and attack you or anything, but his speed and strength was a little too much for you to stop in that moment. He starts taking off towards the car. Otis,
Yes.
give me a
Never.
dexterity plus athletics check.
You got it, my man. Oh boy. Oh yeah. And hold on. Okay. Dex plus athletics. I have 0 in athletics. So we're talking 1 success and a regular onk. Oh wait, the
Okay.
success is on the hunger dice. Yeah, one success.
Okay, so we'll say you are running, you're chasing the car, and you are keeping
This is the
pace.
skin of a killer, Bella.
You're so far keeping pace with it. It's not taking off on you. You see Bob gaining on the car a little bit, but then you also notice from the perpendicular, from the flank, you see Creed sprint in and in his dog form, jump up to dive, and dives in through the front window. You don't see exactly what he does, but you see the car swerve left, swerve right, and then swerve left real hard again, and just starts to enter a tumble, and then lands upside down on its hood.
Well, that's not very good.
All right. Bob, you catch up to the car. Corbin, you saw all that. Otis, you catch up to the car one beat after Bob. The dog comes out, turns back into big naked Creed form. He says, "Dinner is served, boys."
I elbow Corbin, and I'm like, "Hey, check out his dick."
He hollers back, "It's cold. It's shrinkage."
Dinner is served. Okay, we just really fucked a lot of things up, right? This seems bad. This seems like a national news incident at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what our honor code is with regard to punishing Mr. Creed for his transgressions. But I also don't really feel like I'm an enforcer. You know what I mean?
I kind of want to fight him.
So you still got that dog in you?
All right, here's what I'll say.
Because I'm still riding the beast, so I'm thinking that if that's the case, I would want to, fight against.
Now you're
preventing me.
Right, your frenzy. The focus of your frenzy is gonna be your target here. Okay, so
but if
when that target
is
is
preventing me from getting that,
well, he's not. He said
Okay.
dinner's served.
okay,
Yeah. So the focus, you have the target of your beast. Once that's dealt with, we'll start to mellow out. Once you give the beast what the beast wants,
Which
Let's
is
say
the
you're very
person
close to
that's
there.
inside the car at the moment.
Sure, he turned his anger over to that person and started running after.
so just the one.
I don't know.
Okay, and
You're way too bloodlusty to be thinking about how many
The
people.
beast
are in a
works
car.
in mysterious ways.
well, I didn't know if it was relegated to just like a certain target. Like, I just don't understand how the beast mode completely
Huh?
works. That's
Go in and find out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna. So is the guy that I saw run away? Is he driving? I don't think he is.
Well, are you peeking in now?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so you are going up in there. You're like I'm gonna fuck this guy up, right?
Yep.
That I was doing. Yes, he was the driver, and his throat is ripped open, by just like just a visceral attack, right? Probably from Creed. Totally ripped open, blood spurting out, and he's just like kind of twitching there. The other two are in the back with broken bones, cuts, leaking
Sure.
blood everywhere, but just kind of like moaning, screaming, trying to get out of there. So why don't you give me a willpower roll?
It has a 4 by it. Do you need to know that?
Nope.
He's got so much willpower. Look at this guy.
Why is it?
Is
there it is.
willpower resolve? Or is there actually something on here that says willpower that I just...
Resolve
I've got
in
a
your
number.
mental.
willpower. Okay, I see it.
I got a number of different things. It's successes 2. Let me bring this to where I can see it. Got a black die with a single dot in the middle.
That's nothing. The successes are all I care about. Well, the successes,
Okay,
criticals,
all right, okay.
critical ones, and critical tens.
I got an Onk 1 and an Onk with stars this time, I think it is.
Oh, so you did get a critical. Nice. That counts as these are going to count as double. So you were going to fail until you told me that. So you slowly start to calm down. You get control of your breathing. You see the wreckage around you. You're now fully aware. Both your targets are dead. You're aware of everything that happened back at the bar. You're aware of the scene in front of you. You're just now meeting Creed for the first time. He's got a little acorn dick. And the wreckage is around you. Corvin, you catch up to the scene, as do you, Otis.
I'm like, fellas, I think I should probably introduce y'all to Creed.
Like the guy
Creed.
from The Office?
Creed licks his canines. It's a pleasure. Eat up, boys. And then we'll take care of this mess. I don't know how you guys do things around here, but my prince would not allow this back home.
Yes, by the book.
So, is anybody going to feed or anything?
I'm not going to in front of everyone else.
Oh, damn, that
That's
sucks.
my thing. Yeah.
He's pee shy.
Can I like drag one
Sure, man.
somewhere?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Right.
did. You
Go
gotta
for it.
climb
This
into
is-
the
this
trunk
is-
with him.
This is free feeding. Do as you wish. No
Okay,
rules.
if no one else is, I'm not sure what exactly our setting is at this point. I drag one to the other side of the car.
Sure. So they're upside down. Two guys are in the back that are alive. That's
Yeah.
one you want, since you want to go to zero hunger, I imagine, right?
Sure. Yeah.
So you drag one of those guys out of the car, prop them up against the side, look around, make sure nobody can see you. Do you care if mortals can see you? Probably not. Otis, you grabbing the other guy?
I think I do.
All right.
Yeah, pop the top.
Good. Okay. Well, don't worry about it, because this guy is now. Where are you biting him at, Otis? Where's your preferred bite location?
Dick.
Paint. Right in the dick. Get him in paint.
I'm a classic, man. I do the neck.
I go straight for the phallical artery.
Nibble his earlobe.
Yeah, don't worry about looking it up, Corvin, because that guy's taken care of now.
Okay.
All right, you pull him out. You give him the good old 1-2 in the neck veins, the throbbers, and you guys both slurpy.
Yeah.
And all your hungers are at 0, which is good. It's good for y'all. Everybody's hungers at 0. You all killed some people tonight. That's very, very solid.
Very satisfying.
Right. Very, very satisfying.
Yeah.
And
by the way, you said that I gave him the old 1-2 in the neck, but I actually don't. I give him just.
you just give the one because you got one long tooth, right?
Because one's missing.
Yeah, you have one missing. So you give him the old one pop.
Yeah. Okay, I bite him twice and then suck suck from both holes like the old times.
Right. So you guys are doing your feeding, and you stand up and you're like, okay, you're kind of seeing the mess, the wreck around, and realizing that you've got to do something about this situation. And as you're trying to figure, kind of just assess what's going on, a black SUV pulls around with its lights and then has its lights brightly shining on you guys. Stops about 3 car lengths from the car. It silhouettes Creed, and you guys are kind of all standing together by the car. He was a little in front of it, so he's a silhouette now. You can't really see what's going on inside, but then over a speaker, you hear a woman's voice, stern voice, say, "Stay right where you are and don't try to run. We've got UVs."
Oh no! It's nighttime though. Fuck. It's like
Daytime.
vampire police.
Night. UV meaning ultraviolet guns of some kind to sunburn us.
Yeah. Pretty likely it's pretty likely an SI troop. So
What's that?
the Second Inquisition group.
That's fine.
They
I'm ready
have
for that.
UV tech that can deal aggravated burn damage to vampires, which you know about, but that'll get picked up again in Ashtrays of Heaven, Part 2.
Can we just like when we make the movie of this? I just want like super close up on a cigarette, like flaring, and then you see a hand with a white robe, and then it just flicks the ashes, the cigarette off. It falls down, and then it's like Imagine Dragons starts playing, you know, and then it's our characters walking slowly. Yeah,
that one.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with the show Arcane, so I was thinking the enemy song from that. But
my enemy.
I thought that was fun.
A lot of
It was a
hate
cool
for
world
Imagine
they made.
Dragons. Love the show.
There's what you said, Corbin. Oh, that show.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. Okay, everybody. As a start, everybody gets one experience.
Ooh.
Yeehaw.
And I'll still say I will remain generous in the first couple of sessions here, and say everybody does a good job of bringing roleplay to life, so everybody can have an extra one experience. But then starting next week, I'll try to be a little more conservative with handing those extra ones out. So you got to be extra special.
Oh yeah, okay.
I'll do my best. And we still need to. So we now have experience points. Do you want us to try and spend all of them before the next John?
I think you should at least spend some. I mean,
I guess those are just straight upgrades to skills, powers, like kind of anything. Okay.
Yep. Now here's the thing on those. Let's talk about these real quick. You've got if you click on experience, you scroll down, you can see what the costs are. Okay. Attributes are expensive. Other disciplines are way expensive, and we will need an in-game reason to gain other disciplines. Typically, you have to, for some reason, learn that from like another clan or something, right?
Okay.
It would make a lot of sense to simply increase skills that you are using that you maybe didn't know your character had until you started playing it and realized, oh, my character's good at this. Like brawling, for example, or athletics if you were running and chasing things, or maybe it was survival or stealth if you decided to hide at a certain moment, or drive if you are in a motorcycle gang, that kind of stuff, right? If you wanted to min-max, you would probably save them and increase your attributes, because I'm sure, as you realized, there are, for example, 3 physical attributes, and then there are 7 physical skills. And if you're rolling an attribute plus a skill every time, your attributes are going to get used more often. So higher numbers are more valuable there than they are in skills. But still, that's just for if you're trying to min-max.
I'm always trying to min-max. That's my secret.
I know. And you can't, at this point, you cannot get KTIF disciplines, blood sorcery rituals, thin blood formulas, or advantages. Those will just kind of come and go as we play. And then your blood potency will remain as is for a while. Okay. I think we should do level ups over Discord. Keep it tight there. All right. Anything to wrap up from anyone?
That was fun.
Yeah, don't forget to go to laysumpipe.com. That's laysumpipe.com and buy my pipes. That would make my life better. I don't know if it'll really support the show in any way, but it'll support me, which would be cool.
Yeah, that supports the show.
In the area and you need painting services, Tints and Tones Painting, which just changed its name today from Tints and Tones Residential Painting to now Tints and Tones Painting, to be more inclusive of.
Oh, that's so great.
Yeah, to be more,
nice.
We serve commercial as well.
Nice. Do you need a logo update?
I'd like to talk to you about it.
Just,
yes.
Okay. Sharpie out the R.
I didn't want to assume. I have an idea. It's just taking painting and spreading it more out. Just cutting the residential and but yes,
I'm glad we were going to talk about it first.
I'd love your input.
All right.
Before I make any, because I do want to get some more swag and some stuff like that. So, but yeah, but I would.
Hey, did I tell you guys?
Offer.
Did I tell you guys that riding the beast is what me and Becky call it when we have sex?
Which one of you's the beast?
Mm-hmm. That's for you to decide.
That's for me to decide. I mean, it's probably you. I can see your chest hair right now.
Yeah, that's right.
I've seen you without a shirt on. It's that you're the beast.
It
almost looks. You would look sick with a man bun.
It's a damn shame that all my hair's falling out.
Yeah, you low-key almost look like you have a man bun tonight.
That's why I said I think it's that thing behind your head.
Oh yeah, it does.
I put this on thinking I was gonna be, I was like, I'm gonna dress up all shitty to be Otis, and then when I sat down, I was like, well, it looks kind of fucking good actually.
What up, homie?
Start dressing like this all the time.
What up, bro?
Just a flannel shirt with 5 buttons undone, my chest hanging out, whole ass.
All right. Next time, it's possible you guys will go see the prince and progress the story.
Mm-hmm.
Well, wouldn't that be something?
No, you don't have to do that. See, that's what's fun about role playing. You guys decide what you want to do, and then if it's not in the cards, we improv. And
I was like, I didn't really want him to go to the bar, so I think I'm just gonna make as much bad shit as I possibly can happen.
Hey, that's how I improv.
It's the magic of the game.
I didn't want to kill Jen, but man, you rolled a messy critical while in a frenzy.
What are you gonna
What
do?
am I supposed to do? Act like we're not monsters in this game?
Nah, the Jen thing worked out. She was no good anyway.
Yeah, that's real nice. Well, who's gonna take
She
over?
wasn't
her
very
place?
useful.
Yeah, we need
Dude. She was
we need Tom
incredibly useful.
Exposition. Did you guys ever listen to the Tom Exposition episodes on the Glass Cannon?
Mm-mm.
They have a character named Tom Exposition whose job it is to just like do story exposition. He just comes on, he's like, hey guys, anyway, here's this, the orcs are breaking down the gate, and they just go on. It's a very handy character to have around in case you just need any exposition done.
Very nice. But yeah, Jin was one of those characters. If you've ever played an RPG, that you kind of like, you groom the relationship over time, and it gets better and better.
Yeah, that would be really super.
She used to be. Hey, but I forgot. We probably need to update. We'll do it later, but we need to update the relationship map.
Oh yeah.
Can you have your AI redo the Union 86 bar and add a sign that says under new management?
Yeah, maybe that'd be a thing. Maybe we'll just like rotate managers all the time because it's just like something keeps happening.
Tony!
The old owners keep dying in brawls that you guys have.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, that was
fun. I like that.
Love it.
session 1. I keep forgetting. I think we came up with a new outro, a new sign off, and I keep forgetting it.
I believe it was suck on this.
Yeah, something about Jim Sock. It's always, yeah, that's right. What was it?
It all comes back.
Well, yeah, I don't know. But if you want to be a permanent stain,
it was about washing your socks.
Yeah, wash your gym socks.
Don't forget
If you want to be a permanent stain in the gym sock of the Shimpire, go ahead and follow. Hit that notification bell if you're on additional bells. If you're on YouTube, yeah, leave your messages. Write me a personal email. Slide into my DMs.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And you slide right back out, and then slide in, and then slide out again, and then slide in. Hey, and for that, thanks for tuning in. Tune back in 2 weeks. That sound right, guys?
Sound right.
All right, stream is ending.